Yeah.
And again, I'll just say, forgive me, Maria, I'm eating while we start, so
It's all good.
Them's the breaks. Right, so you've just ridden into Belkinard, I believe.
That was where we were.
Yeah. And had you done anything in Belkinard as of yet? You might have just
they'd sold the goodies. We'd sold the goodies.
Sold the goodies. That's right.
Did Hank nicked a couple of bucks? I think
He got
I think
gold or
gold.
something.
20 smackaroos, man.
Ooh, where's our spreadsheets again?
I've just loaded up now.
Oh,
Can you send a link through so I don't have to
load mine
go
up
look
as
for
well.
it?
Should be in your drive, right?
Oh
Google
yeah.
Drive?
Okay.
It's also searchable.
I hardly ever use Drive, but I do.
Yeah, same.
I'm getting to know it better through this, which is kind of good, actually.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like the
it can
first
be
time I made
useful.
Google Docs in years.
It's by far not the greatest program in the world, but it is the freest. Is it?
Yep.
Is that a word? Freest?
Freest, most free.
Most
be the
free?
freest. I mean, you're
Least
free or you're not.
costly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Hank looks like a chubby Errol
Pacific.
Flynn, according to
That's what I
And-
discovered this evening too.
and Gimbal looks like
Where's this?
Tim Curry.
What are we doing?
No, whose
Where's
descriptions these are?
I
who did this?
Where is this?
Who did this? I wonder.
I started putting in celebrity
good.
lookalikes on the
Oh,
main
good.
page, and obviously
Good
Phil
help.
is
Can you send a link?
yeah. Hang on, I'll put it into
Fuck it. I really don't know how to take the Tim Curry
Tim
thing.
Curry.
Oh shit, I do. Fuck.
Yeah, which era Tim Curry?
Young. I think young. Come
yeah,
on.
like Frankenfurter.
Oh, for
Tim
sure, like
Curry.
Frankenfurter.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Or it.
I wouldn't.
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, good.
Is that? Oh,
I figure I'll put
your
that thing up
organization
to my-
doesn't allow you to use work content with this
Oh.
application.
That's fine. You can
No.
just go through.
So yeah, you're in.
What?
Never mind. Not important. You're in Belkinard. You've been here for like what, 2 hours?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen a few
Right, okay.
guards wandering around. You've seen the streets are filled with all sorts of merchants, cobblers, wheelwrights selling their wares. A tanner. You see one fellow in fairly plain-looking robes with a stitched-on symbol of the Belkinard family coat of arms. Not very well stitched on, I might add. Bullying some leather maker, some tanner, out of some cash, out of some gold, in the front of their store. As you go past.
I would like to. I'm not going to intervene.
Hmm.
I'll just say that because I'm new to Belkinard and I know maybe this tanner deserves it, but I am going to get a little closer to this Belkinard official man.
Mhm.
Maybe within 5 feet, and just sort of like act as if I'm not really paying attention and just sort of hang around there and wait and see what happens.
Do you want to make a stealth check?
Yes, I would love to make a stealth check. Actually, that would be lovely.
Yeah, I'd like to eavesdrop too. I don't know
Oh,
if
shit,
I'm
I gotta
stuff,
get
I'm
my-
just going to eavesdrop.
All this extra bloody time, and I didn't even bring up my D&D Beyond. Anyway, I think
Would
it's
you
plus
like me to
7.
roll for you?
No, thank you. That's 7 on the dice, so not great, but I am very sneaky.
Right.
So that would be plus 8. So that's 15. No,
That's
no, 14.
14.
Wait, plus 8.
Mhm.
Wait, 7 plus.
It's
Why is that
15.
so hard? It's
7 and
15.
7 is 14. So
I don't know why that was so damn
Say
hard.
that it's
Sorry,
15.
guys.
that's all right.
I've just come
okay,
from work. I'm very tired.
Fair enough. So you're standing outside the tanners and you're listening in from a little way away. And basically, this is some sort of tax collector. And
Okay.
he's talking about, but you owe my lord 300 silver pieces and you've owed it to him for 2 years now. Don't you think it's time that you paid up? It's like, but my lord, I don't have 200 silver pieces. If I was to give it to you, my family would starve. And so on and so forth. Thus the conversation goes.
I'm gonna choose not to intervene in this one actually.
Okay.
You stole literally 200 silver.
20. Yeah. But the man's got to pay his taxes.
Mhm.
What's
What am I-
Yeah, that's true. I did want to bring up the taxes around Tricky Bob.
What I might do is, we got told last session,
Yeah.
right? I'm not opening that can of worms again.
Mhm. Hey, what's
what
due?
I might do is wait for said what's his face to leave, and then inquire to look at his goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before the guard leaves, what's the Belkinard crest of arms?
You like to ask hard questions, don't you?
I love to ask that question.
I was interested myself.
It
Yeah.
has 5 doves flying out of the cup.
Oh,
His cup runneth
Five
over.
doves.
yes.
Oh, does he have guards? Does he have like bounce? Does he have like intimidating thugs? Like next to him, or
Actually, no. He's all by himself.
is he frail looking?
He's not frail
Go.
looking.
So he's not a weenie. Okay.
Not a weenie, but he's also not like some super hypo testosterone ridden ninja bully.
Is he
The
armed?
guard we're talking about.
He is armed. He has
He
a
is
long
armed.
sword at his side.
Mhm.
But he's not wearing armor. That's the funny thing. Like he's not wearing even so much as a shirt of chainmail. He's just wearing
Yeah.
a plain
That's dangerous.
tunic.
That's
But you'll
dangerous.
notice also that he doesn't really go so far as to really push the issue too far. He steps back before anything gets heated. And then he says, well, I'll have to talk with the men at arms about this. And he heads off.
So
Okay.
when after he leaves, I'm going to approach the tanner and say, "Good day to you, sir. What a fine, wonderful. What time of day is it?
It's a
Afternoon?
grey day,
Morning.
sir.
What a fine grey day it is in fair
Name is-
Belkinard.
Oh, yes, very fair is Belkinard. Name is Pieter.
G'day, Pieter.
You looking for what? Belts, tanning type equipment?
Well, actually, I'm after. I don't suppose you would go so far as to put any studs in your leathers, would you? Any metal
oh, yes,
studs at all?
can be arranged. Certainly
Oh,
can.
can it very well? Well, I would like to commission a piece, please.
Oh, commission
um,
can be quite expensive, sir.
And how expensive are we talking there?
200 silver.
200 silver. It just so happens to be that I have 200 silver pieces on me right now.
Wow.
And I
that
would
is-
like to commission a piece of studded leather armor in a tunic fashion, like one of those
Yes,
things that
sir.
rogues wear, but with little metal studs in it. Would be quite nice.
Yes, sir. I have some things like that, but possibly a bit small for you, sir. I could perhaps show you. And he takes you around the back. And here's
Are you
some
calling
examples.
me fat?
No, sir. No, sir. You are finely built.
That's all right, because I am a little bit fat, so that's fine.
No,
Jolly,
not fat,
jolly.
sir. As your friend back there says, jolly.
Jolly. All right. Thank you, Gimbal. And I sort of
And you, sir, would you like anything? He says to you, Gimbal.
I'd just like to know what all that was about. Who's that? Who's
Oh.
that fellow?
Oh, he's the tax collector.
Ah, okay, run of the
One of-
mill.
One of a few.
Good fellow, or
Well, they're tax collectors, sir.
yeah, that's true. How'd you fall so far behind? Is business not good besides my friend here?
My wife is very ill, sir. It
Yeah.
costs a lot to maintain her health. Many potions must be purchased, and these expenses run beyond my means, sir.
I'd like to do a little insight check, if I may, just to see if he seems to be telling the truth.
All right.
And it's a pity my insight isn't all that great, but we will do it anyway. Very good. So that is no +0, so 19.
It seems to be telling the truth.
Oh, very good. Okay.
What's is your wife's illness rare? Is it a quite a common cold? I mean, situation. How long has she had this? What's wrong? What's wrong with her?
Well, sir, she's been stricken in bed for like the last 2 years.
Yes.
2
Um,
years. That's a long time.
It is a long illness. They say that she will most likely die. We've all had to make our peace with the situation, sir. It's a very sad, sad situation. Unfortunately, her mother and father, they blame me for the situation. So I've had to pay them also recompense.
Recompense because what? Did you get her sick?
I did not get her sick, but they do like to believe that I did. They believe that they like to blame it on the drafty doors and windows of my home.
I mean, screw them. Why would you put no? Well, you're too good. You're too good a man. Why pay them at all? You don't owe them anything.
Well,
It's not. It's her choice who she marries.
that
It's not
may be
theirs.
true, sir, but I would like a peaceful life. I
Have
prefer
you,
not to have to.
Taking your wife to a healer? We happen to travel with a healer.
You have a healer with you, sir. The healers here are very expensive. I should have liked to have been able to visit the Daughters of Twilight, but sadly they have no temple here in Belkinard.
Oh, I can't speak for our healer to if she would do it or not, but maybe you could touch base with her. She's a cleric of order. She likes to see things in their proper place, it seems.
Don't mention the taxes.
Yeah.
If she has the capacity to heal my wife, that would be of great service, sir.
Why, of course.
You
Actually, have I healed what's his name yet? The one that was
Grim.
traveling with us?
Mr. Grim.
Grim.
You made him a little better.
Oswald
Oh yeah, I
Grimm.
did.
Mm.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
disease.
But we're
yeah, we
also
need-
we're also not sure if whatever it is that he has is something that comes back and carries on anyway.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think
good
I
point.
thought it was more serious. It was like a
Yeah.
high level kind of spell thing. It's not
Yeah.
just a simple wound.
Mm.
It's a disease or something like that.
Oh, am I still getting fitted for these?
Well, I think maybe we should try and leverage Tricky Bob's talents here to maybe get you
Yeah.
a better, sweeter deal.
Yes, yes.
So you see, Hank, this guy's got a number of different leather armors. Some of them are for thinner, taller men, and some of them are. There's at least one set here for a halfling. So
How much would it cost to get one made, and how long would it take? More importantly,
well, sir, as I said, yeah, 1 minute. Out of game. I need to look that up.
That's all right.
Trying to think of the fastest way. I guess I'll just Google it.
Yeah.
while you're doing that, if I can talk to the guys, I can't remember when I added. I can't remember when I added all of this gold to my inventory, but I seem to have too much gold.
How much are we talking? You might have all of the gold that we sold.
It could be.
Yeah.
Is it over
500
1,000?
So you took
it's
20 gold.
583 gold.
Whoa.
I haven't actually added. Well, see, I
Um,
haven't added that 20 gold to what I've got because I saw my currency. I was like, "What the hell? We
No,
need
'cause I thought
580 gold."
We sold all of the goods for like 1,002. I can't remember the figures. It was like 1,200, and then we owed 700 to pay the debt, and I don't know what happened to the rest.
This is before then.
Before
I've
that?
had this for I've had this for a little for a little
Oh.
while.
Mm.
For
I don't know.
actual quest reward.
Maybe
We haven't.
Which
No,
which
because we haven't
quest?
gotten our reward yet.
Well,
no,
we
but
got
remember
paid.
we were paid. We were
Yeah.
paid something before even going to Greymoor.
We were paid a stipend.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yes.
500. It wasn't 500 gold. It was like I
Well,
thought
that's
it was
what
like
I'm
50.
thinking.
It might have been
Each.
500
It was
silver
50
across all of
each.
us. Oh, maybe. Someone
I don't know. I
want
don't
to
know where you got
rewatch
that.
the recordings?
No,
Yeah,
let's just take it. Let's just take it all away.
yeah.
I tried rewatching them and then I had to stop because I was cringing at how often we got Tim's name wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Sorry
getting it
about-
right.
sorry about
Although
that,
I was
Tim.
I was getting used to it. I was getting used to Tim. I didn't mind Timian either.
Am I Ian?
Timian?
Am I Ian now?
Mm.
All right. So why don't we do this? Can get Gimbal or
How did I
Ian
miss that whole
or
fiasco?
Tim? I basically I have way too much gold and I don't know why. Gimbal, how much gold do you have?
I have none. I have literally no monies. I spent
Oh,
it all
well, I
on
mean,
a
you
horse,
spent
and
some,
then
didn't you?
I think I've still got
Yeah.
the horse, but
How much did
Yeah.
the horse cost you though?
50. It was a good horse.
That's what we
It's a
got.
good
We got 50
horse.
each, I think.
Oh.
Josiah, how much have you got?
I have.
So
Not
let's
been
say
keeping
Gimbal has
track.
50 for argument's sake.
Had.
Have had, yeah.
Before we left for Greymoor, that's how much I had.
Yeah. Tricky Bob, how much have you got?
Yeah, once I redid my character, it like wiped my whole inventory, so I technically have nothing.
Okay.
Ricky Bob dropped all this stuff.
I'd say we offer our goods in trade and try and leverage it that way. It's always more fun.
Well, what I might do is just put myself at 70. So that would be like 50, which is what Gimbal paid, plus the 20 that I just nicked.
So we all have 50.
Is everyone okay with that?
I think that's fine.
We all have 50 except for Gimbal and
Who's got nothing.
Hank.
I will get more money.
Yeah.
It's just you wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you all right with that, Russell?
Yep, I'm good with that.
Okay, cool.
I think
'Cause I don't
enough
want that
to-
to be weird.
very fair and reasonable.
50
very
ad.
So the studded leather is going to cost 45 to commission from scratch.
Sounds good to
45
me.
Gold.
35,
Gold.
45 gold.
45 gold.
All right, so I'll take the 45 from 70, and that leaves me with 25 left. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That, sir, might take a few days to achieve, you realize.
Well, that's all right. Now, do you offer a service whereby you can deliver it to Vaingate?
Are we in a rush to go to Vaingate?
I'm not
Are
really,
we going
to
back
be honest.
to
but-
I wouldn't mind
know-
having a bit of a look around here.
well, we did tell Russell we weren't going to spend very much time in Belkinard, so he probably has.
Oh, I actually am fine for you to do whatever you want.
Yes.
All right, okay.
So we spend a couple days here.
Just have a look around
sure.
first off.
Yeah, let's have a little march into the markets.
Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna go back to Frostmoor to deliver our sales.
No. Grim's sorting that. Right?
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm.
Sweet. All right.
Is Grim
Well,
sorting that?
let's.
I'd assume so. We're not. That wasn't part of the deal. I'm not going back.
He's walking back.
No, actually, I think that's fair to say. He is the accountant. It was kind of his job. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done enough for him.
yeah, I reckon.
Yeah,
Speaking
he'll
of
find a
Grim,
way around
where have we left? Where have we left young Master Grim?
I thought it was with us.
Master
around.
Grim and also Cathra have
Cathra.
headed to the tavern.
Oh, very
Nice.
good.
There is a tavern.
What's the
here.
tavern's name? Is there one tavern or more?
There's a couple of taverns.
All right.
The one that
Have they
they've
headed
gone
to the
is-
nice one?
Yeah, they've gone to one called the Blackstone Owl.
Ah, all right. Blackstone Owl. Okay.
What do we know of Belkinard?
What do you know about Belkinard? Okay, so you know that Lord Belkinard, his name is Lord Randal Casian Belkinard.
Did Lord Balkinard name the town after himself to just Balkinard?
He
a bit-
didn't. One of
Oh,
his
okay.
ancestors might have.
Right.
So, I mean, they've been a family line running the city for hundreds of years, you would expect. He's married to Lady Ermina Casian, who is also Lady Ermina Casian Belkinard now. They have several children, 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. The first is Gillard Casian, and there's Timaeus Casian, funnily enough, Timaeus. The girls' names are Walpurg Casian and Daphne. And that's pretty much all you know, really. Those names are all the famous names that you would have heard of, even from Vaingate.
What's the the lay of the town? What kind of industry does this town do, or is it?
Well, they do a lot of trade from the north, and basically they get a lot of trade through Vaingate and heading south from
And the
Ancorn,
Frostmoors.
the
Ancorn, right.
Frostmoors, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They also trade with the local Goliath tribes. So there's a couple of Goliaths that you've seen in Belkinard.
Neat.
And they tend to be on guard, working as guards or some sort of security about the place, mostly outside. There's a lot of farming going on outside Belkinard. And so,
You mentioned it's quite temperate last time.
yeah, it's cold. It's not anywhere near as cold as the Frostmoors. It's a good step down from there, but it still doesn't mean it's warm.
Right.
Yeah, and so as you walk the streets, you see stonemasons literally sitting on the street. There's big walls on at least one side of most of the streets, and then buildings on the other side of the street. And
So it's sort of like divided between rich and poor, very much down the main road, or
yeah,
what are you saying?
Can I still be at the Tanners right now?
you can still
Or are
do
we moving? We're not
Tanners,
moving,
yeah.
are we? Good. I'm still at the
No,
Tanners.
we're not moving. We're still at the tennis.
This is
Good,
just
just
information
discussing.
that you've
Good.
picked up
Yeah.
from having moved to the Tanners.
Mhm.
There's 2 classes of people. There is the rich and there's the poor. The poor, however, I suppose you could divide into multiple classes within that. You've got the merchant class, and you've got the peasant class, and you've got the absolutely destitute, the sick and dying on the street homeless class, who don't tend to last particularly long. So there's that. There's a few dogs on the street. You see, alleyways with multiple mangy, ownerless dogs, no collars, nothing. They're just kind of wandering, eating scraps out of the backs of taverns and things. There's grocers and blacksmiths and even tinkers. There's a dude there named, it's called Fritz the Roofer, is the name of the sign above his shop. So he just builds roofs, apparently.
The roofs are on the Fritz.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Right.
So capacity or like size wise, is this more of a bustling city than Greymoor? Is it
definitely?
So it's noticeably larger.
It's an order of magnitude. It's probably 2 or 3 orders of magnitude bigger than Greymoor.
Okay. All right.
Greymoor is a pissy little hamlet. It's a town. It's barely even a town. Greymoor is more closer to a hamlet than a town. It just qualifies as a town. This is a city.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Good to know.
All right.
Okay. All right, sweet.
City with two taverns.
I would like to see this guy's
At least 2
wife.
taverns. 2 that you've seen so far.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to investigate this sick wife further.
Okay.
Is
Well,
she?
do you take the 45 gold deal, Hank?
I'm just going to give him the 45 gold deal. Yeah, I think that he could probably use the cash anyway. So
Should we tell him?
Thank you so much.
But do us a favor and pay your tax.
it's not charity.
Pay your tax. Pay your tax with some of it, so we don't have to.
I'm paying for a service. I expect excellent service.
Of course, sir. But you have to understand also that there has been a great deal of work here, which I have not been paid for by the local authorities. You see.
Oh, is that correct? Now you didn't mention that in your summation of the local town guard.
Oh well,
debt collectors.
Maybe I shouldn't have said nothing.
Where's Mr.
Sounds like extortion.
Tell you what. We have a tax collector who was based previously in Vaingate. So if this is an act of corruption, we might be able to bring him along. Maybe he's got some sway.
I don't know if it is corruption, sir. It's they're raising an army. So everybody's expected to work for free because of it. We're saving out.
That is normal.
What are you raising an army for?
Yeah, where does
Vaingate has requested our best bannerman. So a whole troop of them, a small army, has ridden south to Vaingate in the last week.
Vaingate's going to war?
But it is said that there is an army marching on Vaingate from Dagdagiel at present.
Shit.
They were coming from the east, weren't they? Which way? Which direction were they? Which direction is the hostility from Vaingate?
Dagdagiel is southeast.
It was east.
Yes, I think it's southeast.
Southeast,
if my schooling days recall correctly.
Gosh,
quite a fair distance away. Yes. How old is this? Is this information? When did you hear this?
No, we knew about this before. Remember?
We heard about it.
Yeah, in Vaingate, we knew there was a war.
We've been on the road for
a while.
2 months now. I think.
6 weeks to get to Greymoor, then we spent like 3 nights there, never going back.
Like 1 night.
It's a really short trip.
I would take a hazard a guess that most of the towns and cities in the protectorate have been asked and requested to send troops.
Right.
I myself had to build many suits of leather for the archers that we were sending as part of our contingent.
So riddle me this, Mr. Tanner.
Yes, sir.
Why is it that although they do not pay their bills, they still expect you to pay taxes?
That's quite dodgy.
It's conscription. It's conscription. It's nothing unusual.
Conscription, they should be lenient towards your taxes.
Well, they could at least cut the taxes off for the meantime.
I would tend to agree with you, sirs and lady. I would tend to agree with you, but I think the problem might be is that the left hand don't know what the right hand is doing.
This sounds like we need to get involved in these tax issues again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's
well,
go discuss.
I don't know about that.
If they expect you to contribute to the military and then they don't
Tricky Bob,
provide
put your
subsidized
calculator away.
healthcare,
And
I'm
then there's the
gonna push
problem-
Tricky Bob towards the sick woman's room.
Yeah.
then
with
there's
her.
the
Let's go
problem of
check
the
on the sick woman.
ogres.
The ogres.
What was that about the ogres?
August.
Oh yes, there's a problem with the ogres just north of here. I don't know where you came from. You're coming
Well,
south.
we came from
Oh, we
north.
came from the
Well,
north,
kind of. We
Yeah.
came from like south west.
but we're
the
mighty
north-
adventurers,
northwest.
and ogres know to steer clear from us.
Oh.
Or if you came south through the mountains, you might have just been lucky not to have encountered them.
I thought we came from the north.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems like we didn't
North.
count them. What's happening with the ogres, sir?
No, we came from the north. We came south. We came down from the.
So we
north.
missed the ogres. All right. Well, carry on about the ogres, please.
Well, they've been raiding our farms, so
Bastards.
some of our food supplies are running a little short. Nobody's starving yet because we've managed to keep a lot of grain apparently, but that's not going to last if they keep raiding our farms like this. The cattle and the sheeps and all of those food
Mhm.
stocks running short.
This
Mm.
sounds like a job
Mm.
for the town guard.
well,
Yeah,
no,
well, the problem, sir, is the town guard is a lot thinner now with all the conscription going on.
Mm.
but would they pay for adventurers to fix this? Because I mean, it sounds like they're not paying their bills as is. I don't want to go out there and say we're adventurers, and then they expect us to do this shit.
Do it free.
Do the business for
Mm.
And
free,
there's even the chance
and then
we might be
and then pay us tax on it.
Well, I can't say I'm any kind of expert on this subject, but
you
I
know?
could say
Come on,
So-
Pieta, you're coming with us to the
simple
town. guys.
Tanner.
the person that
Ah.
you would want to speak to would be Horatio Pyrix.
Hmm.
Horatio Pyrix.
Horatio.
Wow.
Oh, well,
What's her
like-
name?
Horatio Pyrix.
Yes,
Does he specialize in
glass
glass
maker.
cookware?
no, sir, he's the bailiff.
The bailiff. Okay.
I see. Yeah.
Okay.
He's the chief of the town guard and also runs the tax collections.
Ah, we can deal with it. We can sort everything out with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like
We
a
just put him in-
protocol.
Chuck him and Grim in a room together, and then
Yeah, we'll sort
They're
this out.
buddies.
I'm taking
Yeah.
Momo.
I will say this though, sir, that Horatio Pyrix is notoriously lazy, notoriously.
No.
So he does not tend to get
Well, that's
involved in
all right.
anything
We'll
he
just-
doesn't have to.
offer to do
Hmm.
all the work for him.
Yeah, exactly. We can be his hands for him.
I'll tell you what,
Exactly.
if you throw in some sort of incentive to him that suggests that he might have something to make out of it, he might say yes.
Okay, well, that's
All
good.
right, all right. Very good.
Mhm.
There is a lot of
we need to
jobs for
scheme.
somebody that's lazy.
We need to
Mm.
scheme.
Well, yes.
I mean, if I had that many jobs, I would get lazy about all of them. Maybe he's just
Well-
stretched thin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
also
that's
hat.
very efficient.
He might be stretched thin, sir, but by all accounts, he's not thin at all.
I hear that.
This guy doesn't like fat people.
That's good stuff.
That's all right. We're a self-loathing bunch.
Okay, come on. Let's just quickly go check on his wife. I would like to help
Yep,
Pieter's
yep.
wife if I can.
Yeah, let's go
Yes.
chicken.
Or she does pass away, and then all of a sudden he's got all this money and no angry step parents.
Stop that, Gimbal.
Right. Let's go look.
So you want what are you planning to do here? You can't.
Just we'll check in
I'm-
on her, see if the illness is anything unnatural, and if it isn't,
If-
our lovely cleric can.
If I
I'm a
may,
medic.
So you
If-
want
if
me
I
to
may,
shut
Mr.
my shop
Tanner.
down and take you to my house?
You just point us in the direction.
Oh, I thought
like
you had like a
yourself.
house upstairs or something.
Well, we're just round the back.
Oh,
Ah, that's close enough.
I'll run the shop for you while you go.
I don't think so, sir. Can't have that. I'm afraid.
Just tell us your wife's name. We'll pop around.
Knock on the door.
Tricky Bob here. We'll check on her. Bit of
we don't have to, Mr.
And then-
Tanner.
I think
If-
I
if-
need to
if-
come with you, and I need to shut the store down for a few minutes.
Hang on, are your step parents living with you?
No, sir.
Oh, thank God. Right. Good.
No, sir. They live in Thrain.
Yeah, well, take an hour's break and we'll pop around the back.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I did
Seems
just,
like
give
a
you
reason.
45 gold.
Not to
I reckon
mention,
you
we're about
probably
to save
take an
you.
hour off.
We're about to save you money on medicine.
Yes, sir. I do realize I'm just thinking it through logically.
Mhm.
So, okay, all right. And he gets the door and locks it up, and you guys are out on the street, and he takes you around the back of the house to the back of the building, and there is a gate and a door, and he takes you into the house, and you hear, hang on a second, what did I say his name was?
Pieter.
Pieter. Is that you, Pieter? Is that you?
Oh, your
Here
wife sounds like
coming
a
from-
lovely lady. I can't wait to meet her.
She sounds rough.
That's
Yes,
really
my
rude.
love, it's me. I've brought some people here. So, what did I say her name was? Did I give her a name yet?
Let's say Margaret.
Mm.
Margaret.
No, I do have a name for her. Estrella.
Where are the
Australia.
people? Knock on the door. Where are the people? Hello.
Oh no, I can't have people here. No, I'm too sick, Pieter. When will you learn?
We can help you. Maybe.
Possibly.
Oh, if you can, you'll be the first. Help me with some hot water first. Bring
All
me
right,
some
I'll-
tea,
I'll-
Pieter.
I'll help with the hot water because I'm useless at this healing stuff. So
You start boiling some water.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you manage
we
to
inside
locate
yet?
the things. Yeah, you're inside.
I've got a
Okay.
tinderbox. I use that. Tinderbox.
Yep. There's
Can
also
I do?
two small girls in the house as well.
I give them a little wave, not creepy, just like hello.
Not creepy. The fact that
you
you have
aim
to
not to
actually
be goofy.
differentiate that.
No,
is-
you do, because I've heard a lot of podcasts
you
where
do these days.
they get ripped on. People get ripped on very easily for saying hello to children.
Really?
Oh,
Tedious.
Yeah,
Kitties
yeah.
need to be said, have to be introduced and
What a-
greeted.
Yeah.
What a
Just don't
tedious
ruffle the
culture
hair
we
or
live in.
anything like that.
No, don't give them lollies. There you go. You're
Okay.
safe.
Don't
Didn't
give
you
them
say that
lollies.
about like the last session you did?
Yes.
Him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one. Honestly, but I didn't mind it because I thought that was very amusing. Was the pedophile incident? But
that's a
paladins.
concern.
That's what they
The
do.
pedophile-
That's what
the
they do. They're
pedophile
pallies.
incident.
What they
Yeah,
do?
That's what they do. He was good. He was a good paladin. Just misunderstood.
Yeah.
All right, so you go upstairs and you meet the lady, Australia.
Australia.
Can I
Australia.
do a medicine check on her just to see how she
Or
looks?
Aussie.
You can do a
Aussie,
medicine
Aussie,
check
Aussie.
on her, yeah.
Alrighty.
It's so
Yeah.
close to it. It's so close to Australia.
Astraea.
Australia.
Astraea.
If you took away the A, that would be the slang way of saying Australia.
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 Yeah, mate.
Australia.
Yeah, but 13.
13 on your medicine check.
I want to do
Yep.
one.
Well, she's definitely sick.
Medicine,
and
go.
she has at least one condition that you can diagnose. Out of
Gamble.
game,
What is that?
I'm not an expert on medieval diseases, so I don't know what it is out of game. But
But we're not
it's-
talking plague. It's
Yeah.
just.
It's not the plague.
Okay,
and it's
Bob,
not
you've got
contagious.
inspiration.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You want to make
Can I do
another
another
check?
one?
I took the
Right.
liberty of looking through all of your character
Ooh.
sheets
21.
on the
Cheeky.
shared Google Drive.
You don't need to specify like what the disease is. It's just like, is it something that she could handle? Is it
What
something that
fluid
she
is
Yeah.
could
coming out
fix?
of her?
Right.
What color? Let's Google medieval diseases.
That's what I'm doing right now too.
Dysentery.
Not dysentery, because that's too short term. You die of dysentery in like a week or two.
Cholera.
Malaria.
Maybe the potions of
Leprosy.
healing keep it going.
It's probably
I
more
think
like
leprosy.
cholera or rickets or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dengue fever.
Yeah, give her a bit of dengue.
All right.
Hmm.
What do we say? Cholera. That sounds.
What if we go with?
I'm looking at
Infectious.
rickets, actually.
Yeah, something with a cool like old timey English name. Ricketts would be pretty cool.
This would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a funny name, yeah. Ricketts.
I would say
I like that.
leprosy is very classic.
What about something? Okay, what about? Okay, let's have a look here.
You can't heal
Um,
leprosy though.
typhoid.
That would make you literally
Not-
Jesus.
With
Tuberculosis.
magic, I could.
Ah.
I got power of Moradin. Surely I can
But
heal
this is-
leprosy.
This is rickets.
This is rickets. All right, we've got
It is
rickets. Is rickets contagious?
No, it comes from a lack of exposure to sunlight and low dietary intake of vitamin D.
Isn't rickets similar to polio? I thought.
No, it's like bow legs and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Usually happens to children, but it's not
kitties.
always. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So maybe, I mean, are you able to diagnose that, Tricky Bob? What did you roll your second time
21,
round?
surely.
Yeah.
Tell us about your med school days in the temple.
I didn't actually go to mid school. I think it was part of
a healing course.
Yes.
Do you think that Tricky Bob would be able to suggest, as well as like a general healing now to make her feel better? Do you think Tricky Bob would have the know-all to suggest some lifestyle changes for her that might help her?
Sunbathing?
Like sunbathing, and perhaps maybe
it's partly
some
sunbathing,
oranges.
Also, the fact that there's not a lot of sunlight here in Belkinard,
Good point.
and she has a sort of genetic predisposition to this type of stuff, which of course is all very sciencey, and you cannot kind of explain that because you wouldn't know those terms.
I've heard
Is there
good things
some sort
about
of a
leeches.
god that might? Is there a deity that?
Let's just leave it up to Tricky Bob to decide what she
Right,
is.
okay. Yep.
Well,
True.
Are they near the sea?
No.
Or is there a lake?
This
Okay,
is-
so no
this is-
fish.
There's
Okay.
no lakes. There's a river nearby.
Okay. How about what's the mushroom season like?
It has mushrooms.
A lot? Is that kind of like prevalent in the town?
There's mushrooms. Yeah.
I mean, they're accessible, right? Anyone can just go and gather them.
Yeah.
So that might be a good one. That might be a good one for her to look into. Start eating a bit more mushrooms. Maybe go out in the sun, go out during the day, pick up mushrooms,
Right.
have them for dinner every day.
They can become the mushroom people in town.
A UV lamp? I don't know.
People go
Cast
porcini
sunlight.
hunting, right?
Switch to a sun god.
Teach them to cast
Oh my
sunlight.
god.
Right. Yeah.
What if we found a magic item that produces
I was thinking
sunlight?
that.
Or like, yeah. But that's
Oh,
sure
it's
we did, but then
far
I don't think we
coming.
It's a
can
bit
help.
of a reach, though.
You can
I
do
think we can
a
definitely
nice
help.
little cure wounds or something.
The other thing that you will notice,
Lifestyle suggestion.
Tricky
Let's-
Bob, with your
Yeah.
high level medicine check, is that if you leave this completely untreated, she's probably got about 3 months to go.
Wow. I'm not going to tell her that. Maybe I should. I mean, I should probably be just honest.
No.
Can I list
No.
restoration?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll try that.
Okay, so you cast that, and she is immediately a lot better, and she sits up, and her husband is amazed, and he turns to you, and he says, whatever it is that you want, whatever is free, I'm happy, I'll give it to you. It's free. Whatever I can do to help you, sirs and ladies, I will help you in any way possible.
So I say
Well,
to
I
him,
was
look,
just doing my duty as
Yeah,
a cleric.
Of course, as you have a church, I can make some sort of
Just pay your damn taxes.
Yes. Well, that definitely. I would really recommend that you guys look into maybe looking at some town voting. Do you guys have any sort of town meetings? Because I think you really need to get some subsidized healthcare, or at least look into electing a future leader that's going to really, push that forward.
They look at you gormlessly.
is there a town meeting at all?
You're welcome.
Do we
And I
have
push
you
Tricky
guys
Bob
have
out.
council meeting?
outside the tavern?
Get to
Um,
committees.
Well, we
Yeah.
have guild meetings. There's a merchants guild, and we have some. There's the small council meeting, which is the lower council, should I say?
I would advise that the guilds get together and strong arm as much as they can by preventing trade, stopping their own trade
I see.
voluntarily. Unless they,
How
strike.
did you
unless they
learn
see-
so much about trade and guilds, sir? I wonder.
Well, I mean, I grew up in Vaingate.
He's just
It's
spitballing.
all trade.
Oh, of course, Vaingate. Right. Everyone in Vaingate must be a world-class trader then, I imagine.
Not at all. There's just a lot of markets.
Oh, I see.
You should see his little stall on Saturday morning selling churros.
Trust.
Now look. What I wanted to say though I don't want anything for free from you.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, I don't want anything for free. I'm giving you this 45, but what I do expect is the best damn piece of studded leather armor you've ever made. I want my name engraved on it. And
who are you people? Are you heroes or something?
Well, obviously.
I mean, we killed a couple of wolves, right? You know, nothing. But
Well,
Australia,
we
you
killed
hear that?
one.
We've got bona fide heroes in our house. We best feed them. She's
oh yeah, I'll have a munch.
They start
Yeah, I'll
putting
have
on the food, and before long, there's a meal being provided. It's not very flash, but it's a meal.
And it's free.
It's free.
I'm pretty happy with any sort of a meal. That's quite nice, actually.
Next thing you know, you're sitting around with a wee family and their 2 kids in the fireplace.
Much obliged.
This is quite nice. You know, this
Lovely.
this in tune with our farewell thing from Greymoor. Yeah, I think we could get used to this lifestyle.
Perhaps you can tell us a story about your travels.
Well,
How do we? Well, is it for the kiddies to hear this kind of a thing?
You can,
How do you feel about half dog people?
well, why don't we tell them something a bit nicer? Like, how about the time that Tricky Bob lifted a cart and threw it over itself?
To stop all those people being murdered by the goblins.
How about
Goblin
kitties?
attack,
Do you want to hear about the time that Josiah fell in a whole bunch of poo? I wasn't there personally, but I heard all about it.
Yeah.
I see.
Can't remember if I fell in that poo or not.
I think
you did.
I think most of us.
I think most of us fell in the poo.
I think it was just
Okay, I was clean.
Adventuring is dirty work, kids.
I see.
It's not a career that we would recommend, but it has its perks.
I
Right.
recommend it.
Yeah.
So out of game, how long do you stay with these people? All day?
No.
Or?
I think after the heal and the meal, I think I would like to go out and start investing. I would like to go see the captain of the guard fellow. I want to start investigating. I want to go to the tavern.
Mhm.
It's a lot I want to do.
I want to do
There's a
both of
lot.
those things. I also want to know if there's some kind of mage or some arcanist who can help me identify the sword
Right.
in town.
Have we
forgot
tried
you
doing
had that
checks on that?
sword?
Yeah, because I'm just obsessed with it.
That's the sword that we picked up from the
Yeah, the from the
The
can.
dead body.
the Casian, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good call.
So I guess let's ask the tanner. I've forgotten his name already.
Pieter.
Pieter.
Theater.
Yeah. So where can we find the captain of the guard?
Mm-hmm.
What's the best tavern? And is there a mage guild or a arcanist or something around?
Okay, so to answer the first question, to the tavern question, is the Blackstone Owl is the best tavern.
All right.
Write that
There are
down.
several other taverns that more or less have names, but they don't have the reputation of the Blackstone Owl, which also has the best bards and so forth, and the best mead and ale by all accounts. And they are made of stone and not likely to fall over in a serious storm, which some of the other taverns might, because they're generally made of wood.
Right.
So there's that. As to the question of, what was your next question?
Captain of the guard.
Captain of the guard. So we're talking about
Pyrix.
right? Horatio Pyrix, and it's Pyrix, not Pyrex.
Oh,
just to make
Pyrix.
Pyrix.
Pyrix?
Pyrix.
Pyrex.
And before you go to see Horatio Pyrix, the tanner says one other thing to you, because I'm assuming you're going to say, right, we're off to go and see this guy.
Yeah,
Right.
we're openly discussing our plans in the town.
That's what I would have thought. He says, one other thing you should know about Horatio Pyrix is they say he's got some strange bloodline in him. You'll see his eyes are very strange.
Ooh. Okay. Can he do anything with them eyes? Like, are we at risk? Can he shoot anything out of them?
I've heard stories that he can belch fire and that he farts thunderbolts. And he can blow down houses.
It sounds like a night after the curries, mate.
Might have been
We
that.
shouldn't let him eat. We shouldn't talk to him while he's eating.
Who knows what he can and can't do, or what's true and what's not. But we know where there's smoke, there's fire.
All right. Okay.
May I ask, and I'm not trying to profile, but what race is he?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, that's a
Well-
loaded question. I can't believe you asked
Oh,
that.
Wow.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I kind
From-
of
It's
from a-
2021.
jump
Tricky
from a-
shot.
my
from
chair
a-
away.
No,
from
it's
Tricky
not.
by
It's
the
what
wall.
year is it?
1379 or something.
Yeah.
Temple of Order.
The actual year is, let me see. There is
That's
a
a good one
document.
to write down.
There's a
did
document in
see it
your
somewhere.
thing, and it's called A Brief History of Barachiel.
Yep.
Ah.
As the year.
Oh, that's where it says you, the adventurer.
The
Mm.
year is 3889, I think.
30.
31718. A new batch
No,
of heroes
that's-
are born.
That was so what it says.
Where?
Three,
Oh, we
eight,
can
eight,
go.
nine.
I'm
No, we'll-
lost.
31718.
Yeah, actually, we'll go with this 31718. Did I say? Okay, yeah, that works for me. Yeah, that's good. And that DC stands for Draconic Calendar.
Is
So
it 12
that's
months a
since-
year?
Yeah,
Ah.
Okay.
DC 31718 DC.
Yeah.
If I may ask, just if it's an easy answer.
Yeah.
What is 0 DC? What happened there? That was weird.
Technically, you can't have. Oh no, you could have 0, 0. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the year happens.
That was the year that the Parkard
Right.
rift
Yep. Okay. Cool.
occurred.
I gotcha. That was the big battle between the Grumption.
Well,
and
that
the other fella.
it was the latest attack in that battle.
Right,
This is
okay.
an ongoing thing that's gone on for much longer
yes,
than that.
yes.
That's just the
Right.
latest
I understand.
skirmish.
Right.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
All
Right.
right.
He's got funny eyes, and we don't know what race he is.
We should go to the tavern later. So
Oh,
we
he
can
won't
get
tell me
pissed.
what race he is.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he was going to tell you. He was going to tell you.
Okay.
He says, "Well, I think he's humans."
Hmm.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it can't be that scary then. Okay, I'm really confident. Humans. Okay.
Let's get in a
As-
bar fight.
As for your questions about arcanists, I think that Mr. Horatio would be one of the top arcanists also.
Hmm.
Oh, that's how he farts thunder.
Ah, must be a
Mhm.
sorcerer of some kind.
Warlock,
Yeah.
mayhaps.
Interesting.
Warlock for sure.
A lazy
Mm.
one though.
Warlock for sure.
No. Sorcerers can use like inner power. It could be a sorcerer.
All right.
Well, I
Well,
mean, they have that Draco bloodline, don't they, as well, the sorcerers?
But we're all
Actually, no,
speculating.
you're right.
Gang.
Speculating.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
we want
Yep.
Some
to-
kind of
Gang.
some kind of
Right.
sinister fellow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some
All right,
kind
well,
of sinister fellow.
Okay. So, what's the next plan? We bid our goodbyes to this wonderful family.
I tell them,
Um,
send your blessings to the Church of Moradin.
Also, I will be seeing you in 2 or 3 days when my studded leather armor is complete. Thank you very much.
Get to work.
All right. All right.
All right, we're going
Don't do that,
Horatio.
That's terrible.
We heading towards the guards, yeah? Or do we want to do the other
I
It was
put that in
Hor-
mind.
Oh,
like
and
it was
I also
Horatio
say thank
or
you,
thingy?
thank you very much for your wonderful meal.
Mm.
You're
And I
most
ruffle-
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank
I
you so
ruffle
much
the
for
eldest
your
son's
assistance.
hair just very briefly.
two daughters.
Two daughters.
Oh, I stare at
this
Hank
is
a
where
little bit.
this is where the problem starts. This is what happens. This is why bad reputations. This is where they come from.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, hold on a second. Give me.
I tell them to eat more
One
mushrooms
Mhm.
and fish if they can get it.
They make notes. They
Ah,
take notes
good.
down.
Go
Go to the
outside,
sun,
have
go on a
walks.
holiday.
Yeah,
God, why stay here? Anyway,
Get some fish.
buy a UV lamp.
mhm.
Yeah.
Do you care more about the job or your wife? Okay, get a new job. You're a tanner. Go tan in Vaingate. Where the war is.
Learn how to tan fish.
Tan
Skin.
fish.
Yeah.
Making fish leather.
Fish leather. Yeah.
That's a thing, right? Fish leather.
Yeah. Yes.
Scale mail.
sure.
I'm pretty sure scale mail
Mm.
is fish
Scale
leather.
mail. Yeah, scale. That's a good one. I like that.
Scale mail. Okay.
Be right back.
Okay,
That's
I'm
very good. I enjoyed that.
ready. Okay, so you're moving on. You leave the house. You back out on the street.
But we're gonna go and say hi to Horatio first. I think Gimbal was planning to do Horatio first and then go and get pissed at the tavern.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a good idea to me, eh?
Wow, fish canning is a thing.
Holy crap!
It looks
Really?
really cool. Yeah,
They make
just-
leather out of fish.
I don't know about that. I have
They remove
deep
the
misgivings about
scales.
fish leather.
They remove the scales and they make leather out of the skin.
What kind of fish do they
Yeah.
use? Like a marlin?
I
Or a
can't-
shark?
Ooh,
Look at that.
ooh, that is some
Yeah.
freaky shit.
That looks really
Wow.
neat.
Fish
Wow.
leather. I have to see this myself. Fish leather.
Oh my god! Now you got me looking it up as well.
Wow, that looks awesome.
It
Holy
does.
shit,
That's
that
a new
looks
trade for
fantastic.
them.
I want one.
It's re-
Right now,
It's
Google
really
is
thin.
wondering why there are 4 people in Auckland looking at fish leather.
Yeah, I worry for your podcast or your recording there, Russell. This
Right.
is we've got fish leather and pedophilia.
Well,
You're the one who keeps bringing it up.
How is fish
fairly
leather
sure
weird?
fairly sure
Leather
we
wasn't
agreed we
weird.
weren't making this one public, weren't we?
It's
Or did we?
educational.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
You,
can't
you
remember.
feel
left it
free.
up to you.
I got no issues
we?
with it.
Did we
I
decide
have
this
no
was going to go
issues.
public or not public?
do.
You can
Okay.
put it public. I got no problem.
Yeah.
No one's
I'll
gonna
go. I
watch
have
it.
no
We're
qualms.
fucking terrible.
Okay, all right. I'll
Fine.
make it public then.
Ah.
Now,
All right,
Another
Gimbal, I
playlist?
think
No.
we're heading to see Horatio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're off to see Horatio, and you travel through the city. You probably have to ask 1 or 2 people where to find him on the way. And as it so happens, you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, for he is at the Blackstone Owl.
Oi.
Oh,
Serendipity.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And so when you go into
Right.
the Blackstone Owl, you see various people milling about, drinking and what have you, eating meals, several guards outside right now. You can make wisdom perception checks, please.
Yep.
All right. 12.
oh, that's just awful, isn't it?
14
awful.
from me.
Wow, 21 from Tricky Bob.
Hey.
Okay, Tricky Bob.
It's my second 21 in a row.
Wow, yeah, that's true. That's the end
Natural
of you, right?
one for me.
Natural
Natural
one for
what?
Josiah. Okay.
Aw.
Josiah, you see a very attractive young lady that you're sure you slept with once upon a time in Vaingate.
Hey-o.
Hey.
Meanwhile, Tricky Bob, you see this older gentleman with a slight beard,
Mhm.
half elf with pointy ears. And next to him, he has a shield up against his table and a longsword wrapped up in cloaks up against the table as well. And you notice an emblem on his shoulder. And when you look at it more closely, you recognize that as being the emblem of the Blackgaurd, which is just
Okay.
a very, very long way from home for him, if that was the
Yeah.
case.
I nudge my party members and I say, "Oi, we got a Blackgaurd by the bar." He was by the bar, right?
He's sitting on at a table outside in the weak sunlight beneath the
Ah, I
clouds.
see.
Have we gone
Is
Want to
this-
take
inside by this time?
outside?
Is this a male Blackgaurd or a female
Yeah,
Blackgaurd?
he has a beard.
Oh,
He's
right,
a
sorry,
half
okay,
elf
he
with
has
a
a beard.
beard. Yeah.
Now,
I always picture like half elves beards, like little goatees, like a
Yep.
little pointy
Yeah.
mustache and little
Maybe
goatee.
not.
I bring everyone around. Right. So just very quickly, and I say, didn't you guys have a run-in with the Blackgaurd?
He has
little while
grey
ago.
hair, by the way.
Times.
Silver grey
Grey
hair. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't you guys have a run-in with the Blackgaurd and leave 2 of them behind?
I'm gonna
Oh,
break
oh,
out
it's
in
too
a,
young.
I'm gonna
Bellerin-
break out in a
Bellerin-
little bit of a sweat and walk into the tavern as
Bellerin told me that the last thing that he did as an adventurer was what put him off adventuring, and that you guys left. He was fearing for his life, and that you guys left 2 Blackgaurd alive with knowledge of your faces and your names, or at least
Well,
your faces.
Gimbal fancied one of them, a captain, I believe.
Mhm.
So we had to willingly let her go, and the
Yep.
other one of the soldiers ran off.
Can we see what
It
he's
was
doing?
Osina Teldarin.
Yeah.
Usinor.
Usana. Yeah.
Usana.
So
Very
Josiah, what
good,
was the
very
question there? You want to
Yeah,
see what
can
he's
we,
doing?
yeah, well, I mean, what is he doing? Is he by himself? Is he?
He's sitting by himself. He's eating a plate of a meal right now.
Yeah. Does he seem
which-
preoccupied with anything? Is he?
He seems fairly preoccupied with his meal, to be honest.
Interesting.
He's got a couple of scroll cases with him.
Are they what? Just
and a
next to him?
bag. Yeah, just next to him, leaning up against the chair that's like the bench next to the table.
Okay.
He swills some ale.
I would like to try.
Inside the tavern, you can hear someone talking quite loudly. He's saying, "Yep."
I'm going to avoid the Blackgaurd, so I would like to go into the tavern. I don't recognize them. I assume Tricky Boat, they've told us that he's Blackgaurd, and after everything that we've done, I don't want to openly tell a Blackgaurd or get involved with a Blackgaurd.
Right.
Did I miss something? You guys don't recognize him.
They don't
Do we?
recognize
I
this
don't think we.
Blackgaurd.
Okay. All right.
None of you have seen this guy ever before in your
Okay,
lives.
well,
Okay.
I want to try and pilfer his scroll case next to him.
Okay.
Oh God! Oh
Yeah.
God!
Can I give him? Can I help him? Because I'm a roguey sneaky boy.
So you're gonna cause the distraction.
Yeah.
Okay. How about
All
how
right,
you're gonna
yeah,
go?
yeah.
Explain how you're gonna do it, and I'll.
All right.
some
So
idea.
where's he sat at the moment? He's sitting at the bar.
So he's sitting
Oh,
at a
he's outside.
table outside in the courtyard, next to the trellis, at a
Yeah.
table, a rectangular table. On one side of it, where there's a bench, and on the other side is another bench, and next to
Okay.
him, on the inside of the bench table, it is his equipment, his shield, his sword, three
Okay.
scroll cases, and a bag.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do?
All right.
I've got an idea.
The bag is right
Um,
next to him on the bench. Everything else is leaned up against the bench from the inside of the table, if that makes sense.
On the other side of the bag, I assume he's got a tankard or something that he's eating.
Yeah, he's got a tankard and a plate and a knife and fork.
All right, cool. So on the opposite side of his plate, I'm going to get my Hogsmoor, my little owl, my Hogsmoor. I'm going to ask it to take a shit. Very, very close.
How big is this owl?
It is.
It's not
big. It's
now.
okay. So I'm picturing a moorpork. That's what I was going for with Hogsmoor. So the size of a moorpork. Yeah. So like that big.
So about a foot tall.
Yeah, about a foot tall. Yeah. So not massive. So I want it to go close enough that he can hear the wings. And also so that Hogsmoor can get a good aim with its butt.
How do you spell Moorpork?
Yeah.
Morepork.
Thank you.
How it sounds.
Kimball, you don't know what moorpork is.
No, not off the top of my head. I mean, like I know what I know 20 frogmouse, barn owls.
Oh, I understand why. I understand why.
Cute.
Okay, so you call down the moorpork, Hogsmoor. He flies down to the table and he starts moving over to the edge of the table. This guy looks up.
No. He dive bombs him with poop.
Dive bombs him with poop. Okay.
Yeah, with his own poop, just one. He goes as close to his food as possible. And
is that an attack roll for the owl?
Thing. No, it's not an attack. He just moves real close.
But he has to aim that. He has to aim that.
It is going to be an aimed attack.
Yep.
It's an arm
that's
attack.
fine.
You can roll the dice for the owl.
All right, that's cool. What am I rolling there?
Just a d20, just a straight d20. You can. Does the owl have like an attack bonus, like dexterity bonus or something?
I don't know how the pets work in this.
All right, here we go. Owl. He has a dexterity bonus of +1.
Okay, so you can get a +1.
All right,
he does not have proficiency in poop bombing, however. So.
No, he doesn't, but he does have flyby as a
it does. The owl doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, but it flies out of an enemy's
that's what that
reach.
does. Yeah, when it flies out of an enemy's reach. Yeah, so he's not going to be able to attack it, or at least as a reaction, I suppose.
Okay.
But yes, so he gets a 14 on his roll.
All right. So the guy stands up immediately as the owl comes down and shits on his plate. He stands up, flips his dagger, looks around, spies the owl, and throws the dagger at it. What's the owl's armor class?
11.
Oh, like nothing probably. Hang on.
Is it just
I
an
don't even
owl?
know
Is
if
it
it
the
has
stats
one.
of an owl?
It's not just an owl. It's a fey creature, I believe.
Okay.
No, I mean it does have the stats of an owl though.
Yeah. How many hit points does it have too?
One. An owl has 1 hit point.
And
no.
it has. I don't know where to see its armor class. I don't think it has an armor class.
Has to. Hang on. I'll just
Normally it's
Google
10 plus like a proficiency bonus or something like that.
dexterity bonus.
Oh, okay, so like 11 probably.
Yeah, that's what it says on the owl thing. It says armor class
Okay.
11.
Oh yeah, AC 11. No, you're right. Sorry, it's just really small.
Okay.
Yeah,
AC
so
11.
armor class
Okay,
11.
so he hits it.
Yeah. Oh,
hit
I mean, he's dead.
points
He's gone.
Well, it's
Yeah,
1d4 minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, he's dead.
If he rolls a 1, you're okay.
Dead. Poof.
So he turns around and kills the owl. He grumbles something under his breath. Meanwhile, Josiah, you can have advantage to make your stealth check.
There you go.
Your sleight of hand check. I apologize.
Are the Blackguards generally seen as kind of like,
That's only a 9.
oppressive force, but they follow the laws, or are they kind of more of tyrants?
They tend to follow the law.
Like they're a legit band, right? They're a proper fucking
Yeah, like they're
military
legit,
group.
essentially.
Yeah, I mean, they're the equivalent of the SS in Nazi Germany. Although to be fair, you're not in Nazi Germany. It's like being in, I don't know, another country during the war that's not actually Nazi occupied and meeting a Nazi guard or a Nazi soldier there. He doesn't have any jurisdiction here.
But he's still very dangerous. Yes.
Would I respect him as a dwarf, or is it something that's
Well, you've already had encounters with blackguards before, so I feel that you might feel a certain level of antagonism straight off the bat. The Banakian dwarves are not especially impressed with the present king of the elves, Ivran Erathani, and his blackguards.
Plus he's a half elf, so I'm not that respectful. It's only halfway there.
But you're only a half elf, aren't you?
I'm wood. Wood elf.
Oh, you're a wood elf. Same
I'm
thing.
the half elf.
I only get really inferiority complexes over high elves and elves that seem snootier than me.
Right. Imagine.
Okay, I pretend to look the other way as they're doing this.
That was only a 9 anyway.
Oh.
Okay. So you're gonna. Okay. Well, miraculously, he does not notice you taking that scroll case.
Oh, wow.
He seems entirely preoccupied with the owl. He gets up and walks over to its corpse, which is pretty much when you managed to steal that scroll case. Now, you might want to make a stealth check at this point.
Okay.
Did we mention an owl corpse?
Yes.
That's a 25.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, what's your bonus in that?
I got expertise and stuff.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Very good. So the owl, does it have a corpse? I assume it does, Hank, because it's an owl, but
Well,
It's familiar. I thought they kind of like a poof.
does it dissolve?
Yeah, I wasn't going to mention it because you used it as part of your distraction, and I didn't want to. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it does just kind of go poof when
Right.
it dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case it falls to the floor and it wriggles around for a minute and then it goes boof.
Oh,
And there's a bunch of feathers kind of fluff up, and the guy picks up one of the feathers and examines it. And then he turns around and goes back to his meal. And as he goes to his meal, he reaches into his satchel, pulls out a book, like a journal, and finds a pen, some ink, and scribbles down some notes. That's if you're still paying attention.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've darted inside. I want to get away from him when we open up these scrolls.
All right. So once you're inside, you can overhear this voice saying, "You tell Thomas Wagner that Albrecht will finish his job when the time comes. But until then, you shut your mouth and get out of my sight." And this fellow comes wandering past you with 2 servants, and they leave. And you see there's this big fat guy sitting at a table near the bar.
He was the one that was like telling these people to bugger off, right?
Yeah. And you see this guy definitely has some funny looking eyes, like they're kind of flecked with red.
Oh, and he's big. He's
huge.
He's bigger than Hank.
He's obese, monstrously obese.
Are we talking fat and like just big, or like Hagrid like kind of thing, or
monstrously obese were the words?
Monstrously
like
obese. Yeah,
right, okay.
Closer to Jabba, but he's not like he can still walk, but he's
like fat bastard Austin Powers.
He kind of looks like he does this as he walks along.
He probably would waddle if he walked. Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. He's got big, thick fingers laden with silver and gold jewels. He's got gems and things hanging from him. His ear, he's got earrings and things.
Does he have food in front of him?
Yes.
Does he have food? He's already got food.
Oh, he's got food. He's got like 4
constantly.
plates of food in front of him. He's got like a jug of ale and a bottle of wine and a cup of mead. He's got everything laid out in front of him, and he's got. There's this Weasley-looking gnome sitting next to him taking notes.
Can we see Grim and or Cathra in the bar anywhere in the tavern?
No, they must be in their room, if anywhere.
Right. Okay.
What are you staring at? Looks up at you, Gimbal.
Oh, your
licks his lips.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just wondering if you needed if you wanted another dish. But I see
you work here now, do you?
No, I was going to offer you a meal.
Oh, do you cook?
No, I'm a traveling adventurer.
Bribery then. That's against the law. You realize that?
Well, no, it's not so much bribery.
You're trying to curry favor with old Horatio Pyrix, are you?
Trying to curry favor is far different from bribery, I might add, because I have not asked for anything in return.
So you're an ass licker.
Yes.
Maybe.
And so my understanding is you don't want another meal.
Would you like to lick me ass then?
No, it looks. I bet it's sweaty.
I'll give you a gold piece if you lick me ass.
Oh,
I don't have any gold. I tell you what, is there anything less gross that you'd be willing? Like, I hesitate for a second, and then I kind of just, no, never mind. You're clearly a man of well repute, and you don't need anything at all.
Clearly. But you want something, so freeze in your tracks. Come here and sit down.
Only if there's less ass talk. Because I just want to say that's off the table. I'm not getting in there.
What's your name, adventurer?
Gimbal.
Might have heard of you.
Gimbal, savior of Greymoor.
Savior of where?
Greymoor to the north. Far more dangerous than here.
Yes, I've heard of that tiny speck of dust in the Frostmoors.
But you have heard of it.
Yes. Surprised it's still there. One storm and it would blow away.
Well, those storms have been held at bay by me and my friends. Now,
miraculous, that is. What do you want from me?
Well, things are calm down there, and we're heading back towards Vaingate slowly. We stopped by here. We understand there's a bit of trouble involving some ogres, so we're just wondering if there's anything we could do for you, but obviously for a price.
I see. For a price?
Of course.
Something that you think our Goliath contingent can't handle?
Well, they haven't so far.
I'm not.
I'm Hank. I pop out of whatever shadow I was leaning in from. Yeah.
You look
I
like
see you're of the rotund
bastard,
variety, as I am.
What?
He said
I
he's
said you're
as fat
fat
as you are.
Maybe not quiet.
You and me, we must think alike.
I don't
Being
think
fat
so.
people.
God,
I think we
seize
probably
them.
think
Wait,
a lot about food.
I sat down. I sat down with him, didn't I?
2 guards put their hands on your shoulders, Hank.
Okay, so I'm going
Are
to
they
try and
Goliath
wriggle away
level?
and then hide in the shadows. What do
No,
I need
they're
to roll for that?
humans, They're humans. You're going to try and jump out of their way and hide in the shadows.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a busy tavern, right? It's quite popular.
Mediumly busy tavern. It's not the busiest city in the world, so it's can never actually be that busy.
I'm still listening. I just dropped my dice. All right. Yep.
You know, there are consequences to calling the bailiff of the city of Belkinard
A
fat.
fat man. Yeah.
Is he
I
not
danced
aware?
around. I danced around it. I
Wait.
danced around
I
it, and
called
then the
myself
arse.
fat as well.
He doesn't care.
Well, then why does it bother him then?
he
No,
demands,
he doesn't care that
he
Hank
demands
called
respect.
himself fat.
All right, that's all right. So
Cares that he called him fat.
he wants he gets his men to try and get me down, right?
Yeah, they're going to grab you
So-
by the shoulders. If you,
Well, I'd like to wriggle away, or try and avoid them.
okay, so
and
make a
then,
grapple check.
Right. Okay, can I use dexterity instead of strength because I'm
Yeah,
like wriggly?
okay.
All right. So so dexterity. So that's 16.
Okay, you managed to break free of their handholds
Yeah.
fairly easily, actually. You're going to like duck under a table or something, or
Yeah, I'd like to
Through a
or at least
curtain?
find a passerby and trying to like duck around them and then find a sneaker, like find a.
this is not a busy New York nightclub.
All right. Okay. Okay. So maybe a table. There you go. A table. Well, yeah, a table. Okay. Let's do a table. Maybe let's do his table.
Okay, the guys
Yeah.
start moving around the table, trying to find you, and you're going to try to stealth away to the next table. I'm going to assume something like
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Yeah, let's
so
do that.
let's make a stealth check.
All right. Okay.
What are you doing while this is all going on, Tricky Bob and
Okay.
Josiah?
16 for my stealth
16,
check.
okay. You
I think I'm
succeed.
just trying to take the entire circus in, but I'm also looking to find a quiet place to have a look at these scrolls.
Okay,
I'm just kind of observing from a corner, really. I don't want to get involved in either of.
I welcome either of you to
happening.
get me a drink because I have no money.
I haven't announced myself as part of your group anyway, right? I'm just some random
No,
dude
you're
who called him
just
fat.
yes.
right.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
regret it,
think
by
I-
the way.
You just happen to be 4 or 5 strangers that have four strangers that have turned up at the same time.
Yep.
I came in first. Remember, I didn't hang around with the Blackgaurd while they did their weird
Right.
owl steely nonsense.
That's true. That's true. So you were here for like a minute before them, right? Still, usually the time
yeah,
between
it's-
strangers is probably more
yeah.
like a week than a minute.
Yeah, that's very true.
So they will be suspicious of us all coming in at once.
Yep.
So
So, okay, so you managed to stealth under the table. From there, Hank, where are you going to go?
Well,
To
I'm
the
going
door, or
to.
the back door, or the latrine, the bar, behind the bar, the stairs,
I don't
the
suppose
window?
that I could trace the.
fireplace.
No, I don't suppose. Well, I'll tell you. Where's the fireplace in relation to old Pyrix's table?
Actually, right behind it. Oddly
I would
enough,
like to head to the
but-
fireplace if I
but
can.
there is a large fire burning inside it.
Yeah, okay. That'll,
We're
that'll
gonna
put
climb
a,
up the fireplace.
that won't be great for me. No, I don't think I will go up the fireplace.
Go
That
to the
might not
kitchen.
work
Hide in
out
the
well.
kitchen.
I don't suppose there are any curtains nearby old Pyrix's.
There are, in fact, 2 curtains separating his little area from the next sort of seating arrangement. He likes to
Okay.
have his privacy while he bullies citizens.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'd like to try and go into the curtains and wrap myself in the curtains, so I'm sort of like hiding there. Yeah. Like like you used to do at your granny's house. Like
yes. But you did describe yourself as being quite fat, right?
Portly, yeah.
true. If
it-
anyone really chose to look hard enough, they'd see a large bulge in the curtains. But
A large bulge. Okay, well, you can make another stealth check for that.
all right, yeah,
I
fair
feel
enough.
that's,
I'll take this. Yeah, that's fair enough.
When we
Lucky I got my bloody lucky dice though, didn't I? Hey! I have to tell you.
It must be
Can
a
you see that?
20. No.
No.
Yes.
A bit more to the, a bit more towards. Yep, up and no, other way, away from the book, up towards
Jeez,
the
this
desk.
is-
Oh, I need to pin you.
There we go.
Is that
That's
a
up.
Looks like it's leaning.
That
14?
hasn't landed. That hasn't
That's
landed.
that's
14 or
leaning,
a
my
20?
friend. Yeah.
It is not leaning.
That's
It's
leaning.
not
You got to
leaning.
split the book and
Yeah.
the.
Wow. Okay.
what is
so
that
it's a
on?
natural
14.
20.
I think it's a 14.
Well,
14.
Given the amount of
That's a
trouble
28,
you went
thank
to,
you.
I'll give you
28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Yep.
You disappear
find a
into
spot.
fat air.
There's a fat air. That's terrible.
I don't like you, Gimbal. Have I ever said that before?
You're air shaming him.
It's funny. And no, plus if we think about like I'm trying to picture Hank. It's like, is it like the picture that that Maria drew? Is it the like not fat, but just kind of like a bit husky? Like,
Husky. Yeah. No. Actually, I think Maria was quite kind to me.
Oh, wow.
I am a bit
bulky.
I'm a bit
Okay.
fatter than that. Yeah. I'm a bit fatter, but I am quite good looking still in the face. Like I don't have a double chin or anything. However,
okay.
the way I would
I
picture
kind
this
of-
curtain is less of it's like bell shaped like that, but more like it's a stand-up curtain. You can see a little belly that sticks out of it.
Okay.
So you're more
But-
like
So you're not
Jonah
like
Hill.
belly.
if you were to walk up to this really big, fat, disgusting guy and say,
Which is-
"I'm also
this
a
is the
fat,"
thing.
but and point to this like slightly overweight belly.
Right. But the thing is, the belly is the same color or appears the same color as the curtain. You see.
Right.
Yeah. I've utilized the shadows such. Yeah.
Right. So it's
Mm.
the shadows are what's doing it. That's how
That's
you're
right,
getting
that's
away
right.
with this. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. It's
That's
a
right.
dark corner, a dark curtain.
It's a dark corner. Yeah.
While
And I'm
this has
wearing
all
very
got-
earthy tones, and the color of the curtains are very.
Right.
While
Well,
he
I'm
while
assuming.
while he keeps doing this and keeps trying to avoid the guards, I would like to try to talk to Pyrix and just say, "Look, I'm sorry for my friend. I will openly acknowledge that he's one of ours.
So you admit he's your friend then?
Yes, but he just he has a different way of flattery than you're used to. Because obviously we came from the North Town. We spent a bit of time there, and our we've become a bit rusty.
What do you want? You talk a lot.
I do. I do like to talk though.
Don't have much time. Hurry up. What do you
Well, a
want?
bit of I would like a job in exchange for a meeting with the Lord of the town, Lord
You've
Belkinard.
got papers or something.
Oh yeah. Well, hang on. So I think I've still got my paper. I don't know if anyone
I
drew
think
on it.
I've got them all.
Josiah.
Have you
Yeah.
I look around.
I'll-
I look around the room. Josiah, I need my
So-
paper.
I come back and I hand him the paper with the scribble of the werewolf on the back.
Okay.
Ignore
And
the back. Don't look at
here's
the back.
what's
Here, look.
interesting at that point is, Josiah, you've just been looking at those at the scrolls, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you find a bunch of wanted posters, and they've got there's about 25 different individuals posters, pictures of some of them.
Yeah.
And then you find the wanted posters for yourselves amongst
Ooh.
those
But
posters.
Josiah found
What
this.
do we want it for?
Josiah found these. Yeah.
Mhm.
You're not sure. Just I guess wanted by the Blackgaurd.
Mm.
There is a price. There's no actual. It's just for treason, actually.
Shit.
It's just straight out treason.
So are there
And there's a price on each of your heads.
what's the price?
50 gold.
Ah,
Oh, we're so
Oh.
cheap. No one's.
that is upsetting.
Not to a commoner.
yeah.
To a commoner. That's big,
Yeah.
big peanuts, man. you know?
My badger could kill a commoner.
I'm
That's if you're alive.
I like to think of myself as a bit of a lofty criminal, so this is
bit
kind of small
insulting,
time.
isn't it?
Yeah. This hurts my pride a bit.
I haven't noticed this, have I? I don't know this,
Yeah.
do I?
Nobody knows
Josiah
this except
parents?
Josiah right now.
Russell,
Okay.
do I know? I mean, I obviously don't know.
You're hiding
yet.
behind a curtain.
But he
I
does
don't know anything. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Never
So I,
mind.
like
Josiah,
to,
you
I
hand
think
over-
I was
just-
looking through the bit of paper and probably got to it immediately when Gimbal yelled to me, so it's completely fresh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you just go over and give him his warden certificate.
Yep.
Okay. and try to make sure that you give him the right paper and not the wanted poster on his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Gimbal, you now have your warden certificate.
What's that then?
Well, this is just proof that we have been hired by regulatory authorities in the past. Previously, we were wardens of Greymore.
This huge ham fist comes out across the table and snatches it from your hand.
Let me see that.
Does he eat with utensils or is he eating with his hands?
A bit of both.
Oh, now my papers are slimy.
Let's see. Yeah, your papers are slimy.
They're probably already pretty like sooty and grimy from Abigail touching them as well.
Still, that's my thing for authority. So I'm pretty upset about that.
Right.
Oh, yes, does see that here. Wardens, Greymore.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Lord Duncan, Premenstrator, whatever that is.
He's a swell guy. You'd like him.
Swell. Are you making fun of my weight again?
No. I'm saying he's swell. What's wrong with your weight? I think it shows your wealth.
Your status.
It does that. Aye. You heard the term, what's it? Prosperity pot. Yes.
Your pot runneth over.
Can you make a persuasion check?
Sure. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Go. Yep.
Good luck.
Yep. Nope.
Yep. No. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
I'm consistent.
So you are a warden. That's good. But sadly, I don't like you. Now fuck off.
All right. Well, do I get my? I want to take my paper back at
He
least.
gives you the paper back.
Thank you. Yep. I skulk away and head towards the bar to the barkeep. I think Hank can stop hiding in a curtain now, right?
At that point, Horatio shouts out,
Barkeep,
"Yes, my lord."
tell that wood elf to fuck off.
The barkeep looks at you guiltily. I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to leave. Come back later.
Fine. I didn't want to come here. I don't want to be here anyway. With that,
He'll be gone by 4 o'clock, I would think. You can come back then. I'll give you a free beer then.
Well, all right then. Okay. All right.
Just
cool.
please, sir, keep it down. I don't want any trouble.
Mm-hmm. I wink. But my face is red, so it's a red-faced wink.
Okay.
And then I will storm out.
All right. You storm out past the Blackgaurd.
Storm out.
All right. I'd like to try and persuade him as well. So I'd like to sit down and very calmly put my hands together and say, so I can see you've just told 2 of my companions to fuck off.
Oh, no, you're going to take a shot, are you?
I'll try my best.
Where's Tricky Bob in all this?
I was just standing on the side watching this because I'm not sure what we actually want from him.
We want a job.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by this as well.
Well,
what are we trying to get from this guy?
Yeah.
I thought we'd Gimbal wants a job. We're here for 2 days at least. There's an ogre problem. Ogres.
So we're trying to convince a guy to give us a job.
Yeah, he's an asshole, but he's lazy, which is the conflicting priorities, which is strange. But he's also a mage, and I want him to take a look at my sword. And so I think we need to curry favor for that.
Okay.
I mean, that's fair enough, but obviously he is a tyrant and he's manipulating people in the town to do things for him. Like,
This
he's
is
not
all
a really...
very, very meta, by the way.
All right,
is
yeah,
true.
no,
What
you're
just
right,
happened?
you're
What
right.
just happened? What are we doing?
For metagaming.
How? What happened?
Yeah. Because we're talking out of game, and it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So just,
Well, I'm
decide-
not.
we should be
I'm
talking,
wants to take a
we should be
swing.
making these speeches in game away from the public.
Yes. I'm sitting in a corner and judging the situation.
Judging. I'm feeling judged.
I'm currently getting bored behind my curtain and kind of wishing that I didn't call the guy fat.
Yeah.
Not because I like the guy, but because
Now you're hiding in a curtain.
behind a curtain.
Right.
Right. So as you can see, you already know our qualifications. You can already tell that my friend is one of the most capable rogues you'll ever meet, as he is currently hiding right behind you.
Hey, no.
We have a set of skills that you won't find in many other.
Motions his guards to start searching the curtains.
Then you hear a fuck and like a tumble roll and a dash towards the door.
Okay, so you can make an athletics check.
Can I make an acrobatics check instead?
Yeah, sure. This reminds me of that fight at the
19.
Red Raven Tavern.
Yep. I haven't hit anyone yet, so it's good.
What was it?
19.
19. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you dive over the table, past the chairs, between the customers.
As I'm going, I pull the fingers at Josiah.
Yeah. As you can see, he's one of the most capable rogues this side of Vaingate. And just to prove my own vitality, I will let one of your guards punch me in the stomach as hard as he can.
He says, "You must be very, very stupid. Why would I want to have anything to do with the likes of you?
We hear you have an ogre problem.
So you're rogues."
We're a lovable band of misfits.
Lovable band of misfits. You sure you're not a bard?
We traveled with a bard once. I actually have a lute.
Oh God, stop. Just get out of here.
Look, we're just like a job. We're here in town for a couple of days. We're very capable.
You want to kill the ogres, do you?
Yeah. And would like to be recompensed for it.
If you can kill the ogres, bring me their heads, I'll pay you.
How much?
What's it worth to you?
How much does an ogre normally go for? I've heard 100 gold a head.
I'll give you 100 gold a head, all right.
100 gold a head, all right. 100 gold a head.
Oh no, never mind.
Where can we find these ogres? North? I heard
You'll
north.
find them north on the pass leading to the Frostmoors, back the way. Yeah, well, I was going to say back the way you came, but he doesn't know that. So no.
Oh, he would, because we came from Grandma.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Back the way you came.
All right, and I will. So what we've got? Well, there's 300 gold. Oh, I assume there's 3 ogres. I heard ogres. How many ogres are we talking?
Oh, can't be sure.
All right, and I would also like a small favor from you once we return with some heads.
Oh, a small favor. Oh.
I have heard through the town that you are quite a well-versed magic user.
Did you hear that? Did you? Who told you that?
I can't reveal my sources, but and then I say, actually no, I say I can't reveal my sources, and thieves can't.
In thieves can't.
Yep.
While this is happening, I'd like to be storming towards wherever the friggin' what's it called? Belkinard's manor is.
Okay, so you're heading to the castle. Yep. It's up on a bit of a. There's up a bit of a hill, and there's a sort of a ramp like road that wraps around the hill.
Gimble's very mad.
Angry March.
There's the actual castle itself is a bit of a fortress with walls and a gate and a there's a sally port out one side and a
what is a
portcullis. A sally port is basically like an airlock with gates.
Okay.
You never played Horde of the Dragon Queen?
No, I never got. No, I did not. Thank you very much. No.
I would also like to do something simultaneously. If I have reached the door and gotten outside without being detected, which I assume I have, I would like to inquire as to the whereabouts of the seediest, lowliest tavern in the district.
Okay.
We tried the best, now try the rest.
Okay, it's called the Clunge.
Yes, the Clunge. That's what I want. I want to go to the Clunge. So I find this information from, I don't know, like a corner prostitute or something.
Yep.
And I head to the Clunge.
just a morning sidewalk prostitute.
Yeah.
Time hooker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get to the Clunge. You're on your way. I can't believe I actually called it that. That's so rude.
It's beautiful.
It's terrible.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
Awful
I
man.
love it.
That's okay. I'm going to the Clunge. I'm going to seek my fortune in the Clunge.
Deep dive.
So far, we've had ass licking and plunges.
I'm gonna drink hearty of the plunge.
All right, do that. Okay. Meanwhile, Tricky Bob, what are you doing?
I am. So I'm still in the tavern, in the Blackstone Tavern. Sitting on a table, just in the hearing distance from Josiah and Pyrix.
You've now observed all of us being idiots.
Yeah.
Except Josiah. Josiah's held it together pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And Josiah's negotiating 100 gold per head for ogres right now, and now he's discussing the possibility of this guy being a mage.
I also managed to insult this asshole and get away with it.
Oh, I'm ending him. Just Gimble's fucked up.
Oh
Fucking
no, these
human.
people
Yeah,
have
the thing is, like, I don't want to
That
help
human
him.
piece of shit. All right.
I want to get rid of the augurs in the area, but I don't want to do it in a way that's going to benefit his reputation.
I think we can do both. Both remove the ogres and remove him, but it'll take.
Hang on, we discuss this later.
This is
Yeah.
better anyway.
Yeah,
This is Tricky Bob's.
In the monologue.
Yes.
You're right.
In a
I'm
monologue, yeah.
the voices in my head that I'm talking to
Mhm.
while I'm thinking about this.
Oh, while you do that, I'm going to send a message to Josiah as I'm leaving. Say, I'm headed to another tavern because I didn't know the clunge at that point. So I'm going to go. I'm headed to the grossest tavern in the world, in the city. That's what I'm going to tell him. I say, you'll find me there.
The rankest den around.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, Tricky Bob. No, please.
That was it. I'm still just kind of I'm eavesdropping essentially.
Okay. All right. So you're just eavesdropping. All right. So back to you
Yeah,
then.
I want to reveal
Josiah.
myself as part of the group, so I'm just gonna
Right.
sit
That sounds like
quietly.
a good plan. Sensible plan. Sensible. All right.
All right.
Josiah.
All right. I would like a favor from you as well as I said thieves can't. I don't reveal my sources and thieves can't.
Right. He does not respond to you.
And that's where I leave it.
All
So
right.
I'll say I'll bring back your ogres heads, and then we'll discuss the rest then.
If you come back, I'll be impressed.
And you, well, prepare to be impressed, my friend.
Oh, I'll be well prepared. Well prepared.
Yeah, you better be. And then and then I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna give Tricky Bob a tap on the shoulder, and I'm gonna pass the wanted scroll to her.
All right.
I am absolutely devastated. This is the worst thing that I've ever seen is my name on a wanted sign, especially for treason.
It's Gimble's fault.
What?
Now, to be fair, it says treason within the realms of Sidariel to Larathion, which is the Elven realms. Not here.
And also, it is only my fault that we got caught. She was just as equally involved in murder dance party as me.
That's funny.
Do these like what description does the scroll say about us? Is there a crudely drawn pictures of us or
Oh,
anything?
they're actually not terribly badly drawn. In fact, you suspect there was some magic at play in terms of obtaining some sort of visual, idea of you guys.
Gimble's fault.
Like a magical memory freaking lapse.
Something like that. Yeah.
I regret nothing.
Hmm.
We can fix this.
Hmm.
All right.
Josiah doesn't tell us anything else. Or doesn't tell me anything else. Just passes the scroll and that's it.
Just kind of like check that out. And
That's pretty brutal.
well, I think by this point we've got a kind of unspoken communication going on. Of hey, this is pretty interesting.
Do you guys leave at this point?
I'm heading out.
Yeah, probably goes well.
All right.
I'd like to while I'm at the clunge.
Okay. So
Have you reached the clunge?
The clunge is a pretty dank-looking place in a back alley. It's made of wood. It smells of wet wood.
Oh, that's not so bad. Wet wood.
Yeah, yeah.
Better than
It's-
what it could be.
There's a lot
Give
of
me more.
the doors covered in moss.
Tell me more. All right. So I enter the clunge with trepidation
Right.
and
There's some-
excitement.
There's some pretty dodgy looking halflings and a couple of humans sitting around in this place. They look pretty wasted. It's a bit of a den of iniquity. There's some sort of dodgy deal going on between several drunks on the other side of the room.
Fantastic.
There is not a single professional looking deal going on in here.
Excellent.
Like from a Vaingate standard, these people are complete amateurs.
All right.
Or if they're not amateurs, then they're suicidal.
So I'd like to taking inspiration, not real inspiration, but taking inspiration from Josiah. I'd like to approach the bar and say, in Thieves' Cant, give me your best ale.
He looks at you. Sorry, what?
Give me an ale, please.
You say that in
And
common?
I'm sort of I say that in common, and I'm kind of dejected, like I was expecting more.
Right.
And I look around me and I have a look at and try and find the soberest soul person there. Is there anyone around who's sober and alone? Oh, right, the barman. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I said, hey, look.
Yeah.
You know that fella.
How do you find us?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I mentioned that I was looking for the most fun establishment in Belkinard to a passing citizen on a corner, and she mentioned this place.
Oh.
And I emphasize she. Says, and she mentioned this place.
So you're looking for some entertainment?
No, I just want a beer, ale. Sorry,
Right.
but I'll be happy to give
some ale.
I'll be happy to toss an extra silver your way for a bit of information.
And
I
information would that be? He looks at
1 silver onto the counter, but not on him, like onto the counter.
Right.
So it's in front of me, so I can take it away if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
And I say, where's this soul? Where's what's his fucking name?
Pyrix?
Yeah, where's this soul Pyrix? Where does he live?
Oh, he probably stays up in the castle, I would suspect.
Probably.
Yeah, he'd have rooms up there.
And what about where does he spend his working days?
Oh, out and about.
He just walks around.
Oh, we've done about walks around.
It's chucked
waddles around.
Chucked in a wheelbarrow, pushed around.
Have you? You've not been here long, have you?
Oh, we just moved in, man. We're passing through on the way to Vaingate.
Passing through, are you?
Passing through.
Done some work, have you, somewhere?
Oh, we have done some work elsewhere. If you want to know, though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you want to start paying me some silver coin for information.
Oh, well, do you want the sale?
The silver coin's on the table. All right.
He takes the silver coin.
Yeah. I take the ale. Has he poured the ale?
Yeah. Spilled it all over the table too.
Ah, for Christ's sake.
As you go to sip it, he's like, by the way, and you're just having a sip of it. He's like, it tastes like horse piss.
That's all right. I haven't had an ale in a long time. Thank you for the warning.
Yeah, welcome.
Is it actually horse piss, though?
No, it's not. Although it might be called horse piss.
Is it called horse piss?
That's the brand name.
All right, well, I'm writing that down.
All right.
Plunge House Ale. House Ale is horse piss.
Right.
All right. Here we go. Okay. The Clunge House Ale is horse piss. Well, that's a piece of information I think I've managed to glean.
It's very on brand.
Yeah. Now, all right. So forget about old Pyrix. I don't suppose there are any other magic users in town, are there?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there'd be some.
Do you know of any? And I flip
Lord
another silver piece onto the counter.
Lord Belkinard's top advisor.
And that's it.
He'd
In a
be-
town this size.
Well,
There's no one a little more common, is there? More like you and me, I mean.
magic's not that common, sir.
Well, I can do it, can't you?
No. You can do magic, can you?
Well, I can do a little bit of
Do a
magic.
trick.
Yeah.
I see. What kind of magic can you do, sir?
Oh shit, I can't even remember my spells. All right, I tell you what. Here's one for you. No. Shit. I thought I had that one. But I don't. Never mind. Okay.
So you can do magic, can you?
I can do magic. So I cast my.
Trust me, it's real good.
You have to believe me now. No, I cast Mage Hand. Right.
Ooh, look at that! Wow.
I cast. No, he can't see it. It's legend domain because I'm an arcane
Oh,
trickster.
right.
So
You
I
slap
cast
him.
Mage Hand,
He doesn't say
and
that.
with my tankard, I pick up the tankard,
Uh-huh.
and then I go under and I stick it down there, and then I pour out the extra little bit that fell onto the table, and then put it back in front of me.
Oh, okay. So you're filling up your own tankard?
I'm filling up my tankard with the amount that dropped onto the
Right,
'cause
by
you see I
that
spilled
amount.
a little bit
Right,
by
right.
that amount.
I see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Crikey dick.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then I flick his ear with it.
Oi, 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 oi. You're not going to win any wars with magic like that, though, are you? I mean, that's not exactly powerful high magic, is it? That's
Well,
not
look,
like-
I just gave you a flick on the ear to give you a warning, mate. But
I'll
you do a
give
lot
you
more
a
than this.
warning, son. Is that fellow you've been asking about? What's his name? Horatio Pyrix. Yeah, he's got ties with them freaking elves, right? If he catches you doing magic, he'll hand you over to them for fucking gold.
Is magic
now
illegal?
by those elves. Sorry, Tricky Bob. Out of game. Is magic illegal here?
Yeah, is that?
It's
Are we
not-
not allowed
it's-
to do it in
It's
public?
not. It's not illegal here. It's generally not seen as something that people would want to show off, though.
Right.
Ah, so all the times I
Right.
use like lesser restoration on
That's quite a big
healing.
deal.
That's different though. That's religious power.
That's
like-
religious and it's
Oh,
healing. It's
okay,
also
right,
healing, so
okay.
it's a bit
Okay,
different
okay.
as opposed to
So-
arcane magic, which is
Quite probably not regulated, but at
Selfish.
least known about.
So healing, okay. Cantrips and offensive
cantrips and
spell.
spells. Yeah, less
All right,
less
cool.
less okay. Yeah.
So I say to this gentleman, I say, well, thank you very much for the warning there. I didn't realize that it was quite as illustrious as that, but
What was your name again, sir?
they call me Shank because
Shank.
I am secret and deadly.
You look deadly. Like
Thank
a
you.
deadly like a ham.
I say, well, thank you. I am also adept at poisoning, you know.
Oh, poisoning. You tell everybody these things when you meet them.
Only
Only
when I've
when
had
trying
an
to
ale.
impress.
I
So
see.
look, so I change the subject, and I say, all right. So look, there's only what 2 magic users in town, is there?
Well, there's probably more, but I don't know their names.
How do you not know their names? You run the seediest pub in the region. I asked. Oh,
Well, I work in the seediest pub in the region, that's for sure. And I get the seediest clientele, so it seems also. But-
surely you would hear things.
Oh, I hear.
Surely you would hear
things.
everything.
But silver piece is not very much, is it?
What kind of a
Oof.
town are we in? A town of
One silver
Like-
piece.
richest people in the world.
You're
So
not
silver
asking
piece is a
me.
big deal.
You're asking me.
Isn't like a beer like 6 copper, like half a silver is one beer.
I think you're taking me, mate. You're trying to make me a head man. 1 silver piece is enough for some measly information.
Is it
Jeepers. I think I will
measly?
go. I think I'll go back to the bloody Blackstone Inn. Far ass. I'd like to roll an insight check to see if it really is as measly as he makes it out to be.
All right.
Yeah. Oh man. Hang on. 6 plus. Oh no, I have nothing. A 6.
6. Yeah, you can't. You're not sure. You see an old man sitting in the corner by a window shutter, sipping an ale. He looks over across at you.
All right. So I kind of look around and I see this fella looking at me, and I say,
"You'll not get much out of him, sir."
So I say, "Well, I'm not getting much out of you either." So I bugger off and I go and sit next to this fella, and I say,
"That's the old man that said that."
Oh right,
sorry,
okay. The old man.
Sorry to confuse you. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no,
the
that's
old
okay,
man.
That's okay.
He's saying that about the barkeep.
I tell you what, though, out of game, I need to pee, so maybe let's go back to the other fellas.
Right,
so they
good
can
Hang on,
turn.
did you leave? Did you? I just need to know this for closure.
No,
did you
I'm
leave,
still there,
did you,
and
no,
I'm going
no,
to walk over.
But did you leave the silver piece or not?
I did leave the silver piece for
You
him.
did.
Yeah.
You gave
he gave me some information. Yeah,
All
he
right.
did give us some good information.
This is
and
for your
we
own
shouldn't be
closure.
so
I just needed to know
willy-nilly.
that. Like, I pictured because
Okay.
if he saw like didn't get anything, would he keep the would he like fucking snatch it away?
By the way,
all right.
you guys don't know that magic is sort
No,
of
I got
a
no
big
idea.
deal. So
Yeah.
But I've got no cantrip, so I'm not wasting a spell slot.
So okay,
So-
so what are the rest of you doing? Yep.
Is it just in Belkinard that magic is seen as?
No, this is Vaingate. This is everywhere.
Right. So we would know technically if we're
Yeah,
coming from.
you would have a pretty fair idea. And a lot of this has got to do with the fact that the elves are currently running around snatching up all the magic items in the world, and anybody that's got any kind of serious magic power is disappearing among the elves.
That's fair.
And the elves are also trying to reobtain any magic that they gave the humans at any given time. So King Evran is basically suppressing magic, even in places that he doesn't have actual power. He is leveraging other means, sort of what you might call soft power, through propaganda or bribery or whatever.
Just out of curiosity, so just for the different types of elves, so where do wood elves fit in this? Because I know originally we said like I was an embassy. So are the wood elves like right under with the high elves and the half elves? Are they into this kind of thing? Or
Well, the thing is, nobody's into it per se. This is King Evran's deal,
right?
And everybody's going along with it because they don't want to fucking get locked up at the Sufferance, which is the world's greatest prison, apparently. And so, you know, given that you don't want to go to the Sufferance and spend the rest of eternity there, you
keep your mouth shut.
Most people keep their mouths shut. There's a lot of, some people are dobbing in other families and other people, but families, like ancient families that have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years, are having their ancient heirlooms confiscated by the Blackguards. There's like a library in Etz that had like a pair of boots of elven kind, you know, like flying boots or what have you, that they just came and confiscated. And they're like, well, wait, these have been in our families for hundreds of years. And they're like, oh, we don't care. The king wants them back. You don't need them anymore. Our country is no longer at war with the orcs or anybody else. Everything's at peace. You don't need this stuff.
Okay, and one selfish question. So I took the last name, like the clan Moonbrook. Now, does that have any significance to this kind of thing, or am I free to just
you need to read the Kabbalah now, because all of the
is in there.
Pretty much.
That's right. I just okay, all right. So I'll push that to the side. I'll have a check in and see if there's anything.
Where's
there.
the Kabbalah? I didn't see that hand up.
All of the elven names relate to part of the
Tree of Life.
Yeah,
okay.
there you go.
I'll investigate that
That's
later.
just for the elven ones, right?
That's true.
Wait, is that in the? See, this is what I was asking in the chat before. Is this in the new?
No, it's in the elves and their lineage.
Yeah,
and it references.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I did glance at that.
That was some midnight reading I did about 3 a.m. when I couldn't sleep.
Wow.
You fucking madman.
Oh,
That's
I see. Yeah,
horrible.
there's Moonbrook. Yeah.
Oh, there is. Oh, good. Okay, I'll read into that later.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was me. That was me. Yeah.
Where are you off to, Gimbal?
I'm heading straight towards. Well, I'm gonna ask around and see if I can get straight to the what's it called? Belkinard's castle.
Right. Okay.
Because I'm outraged. I don't know anything, and I'm just pissed off.
Right. Well, you
Really?
get to the gate, and the guards say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
All right. I flash my paper. Say, Gamble. I'm a warden of. Oh shit! Was it Greymoors? What is the warden? What was the warden paper? Warden of.
You have the handout. I gave you the handout.
I know. I don't have it on my screen because I'm like, sorry. I'm in the zone. I'm getting carried away.
Get your drive on.
Away. One second.
Get Google Drive up.
Well, now I can't fucking find the handout naturally.
Naturally.
Hang on.
Warden certificate. I'll give it to you.
Pretty sure I'm a warden of Greymoor.
Scarta.
I hand him the piece of paper. I don't say it, and I say, I'm Gimble, and I demand an audience with Belkinard.
Oh, do you just? He
Yes,
takes the
I
paper.
pop my chest out.
He looks at it. So you are a warden of Greymoor.
Yes,
The Greymoor is quite a long way north, sir.
it is. We've just finished our task and we're returning to Vaingate. We've just been heavily insulted.
I see, sir. I will pass on a message immediately. Perhaps you'd like to come in.
Yes.
They open the gate, and they open up the gates, and they take you in. It says, if you'd please like to just wait here for a short period. Servants, can you bring this fellow some refreshments, please?
Thank
He
you.
is
I
a
am
warden
parched.
of the. He's a justice warden from Vaingate, sent to the Frostmoors, just returning. See, did you see anything up there?
Quite a bit.
What was
Quite a
it
bit.
like?
Werewolves, man. Werewolves. Have you heard of these? Have you heard of
Like-
these?
Like lycanthropes, like they
Yes.
change and
Yeah.
crikey, wow, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Was it bloody cold up there, I'd wager?
Very cold, but we were pretty prepared for that. We had some warmth, and it's still pretty cold here. To
Right.
be fair,
I'll,
we're gonna
I'll,
need to deal with that for a little while.
I'll see if I can get you a meeting with my lord.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Are you by yourself here then, sir?
I've got friends, but they're a bit tired. They're over at the tavern.
At the tavern, I see.
Mm.
All right. Very well. I'll do what I can. He heads off, leaves you there with some
Mm.
refreshments.
Out of game. I
Yep.
don't like where this is heading.
Mm.
Too late. Gimble's angry.
What
I'm not
Gimble's-
following right. Like this is what Gimble would do.
Very
What did
true.
Gimble-
Very true.
He's
The
I'm
getting
Lord
taking-
to
I am
himself.
taking this fat fucker down.
He's now eating
What'd he do?
cheese and drinking warm mead in a waiting room at the
This
castle.
sounds like Hansel and Gretel type material.
I do like warm meat.
All right. A few minutes later, Gimble, you're taken up some stairs and through to a large sitting room. You see a very well-dressed fellow. He's about 50 or 60. Certainly not decrepit. He looks like he's quite fit for his age. And he turns as you come in. He's wearing furs with very regal patterns printed on his cape and cloak, etc. There's a large fireplace in the room, a couple of servants standing around. There's some books on some shelves. This is not a throne room or anything like that. It's just a large, like a lounge or living room type deal. There's a mantelpiece, some windows that look out down over the castle. And he turns and says, Warden of from Vaingate, he says.
Yep, I bow and say, yes, Gimble, your liege.
I see. Welcome, Gimble, Warden of Vaingate.
Is it
How
not
may
my
I
liege?
assist you?
What did I say?
Your liege.
You're not there.
My
Shut up.
liege. Yeah, sure. So, all right. Before I say anything, can I just do it? I feel. Well, I do, and Gimble would probably need to as well. Can I tell this is the guy that I'm after? This is Lord
Yeah,
Belkinard,
you're
or
pretty
at
sure this is Lord
least-
Belkinard, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, when you
Alright,
go in
that's
through
right.
the door, or just to make this clear, somebody announces, Lord Belkinard, Gimble of Vaingate. So you're like, okay, yeah, this is
Perfect.
the guy.
Lovely.
Yeah.
My Lord Belkinard, I apologize for the intrusion,
No,
but
it's quite all right.
me and my myself and my fellow wardens have just returned from Greymoor after assisting the town with not only the recent mysteries of murders in their village, but also to assist in their current revenue taxation issues as well. Upon arriving to this town, we've spoken to the locals. We understand there's some strife in the town due to, oncoming war. These kind of things happen, but I must ask, and with the utmost respect, why do you allow Lord Pyrix his current position?
May I see these papers of yours, sir?
Of course. I pull out I put great emphasis in not showing him the back of it. I show him the proper bit with a little bit of grease and food on it.
Right.
Hand it over to him.
Stains. Right. He rolls it out on the table and has a look at it. And he, as he's putting it down, light shines through it, and he turns it over. Looks at it, gives a sort of a funny look for a moment, turns it back again, doesn't really question it, lays it down on the table, reads it through to himself. So you were assigned to the Frostmoors, to Greymoor in particular, to solve this particular situation, and which you've done now, I assume.
Yes, my lord.
I see. Then according to your contract here, then you're no longer a warden.
Technically, no, but our aim is to return to Vaingate and provide further assistance. So the reason we've stopped in this town is briefly to sell the wares to assist in the town and to investigate if there's anything further we could do to assist on our travels.
I see. Well, have you heard about the ogre situation?
We have. And when I went to discuss this, the ogre situation with your Lord Pyrix, he blatantly, he insulted me. He insulted my comrades, and he turned us away with his, and I lose my composure, his fat fucking fingers.
You see a little twitch of a smile in his face when you say that. And he says, I do sympathize.
Oh, good. Okay, I breathe a sigh of relief and I lighten up a little. That's good. Good.
Please
okay.
Take a seat, sir.
Good.
Lord Pyrix, you need to understand, is something of a burden that we have been given. He hails from the south, a place named Barachiel. Have you heard of it?
Can I do a check to see if I've heard of it?
Yes, you can. You can make a history check.
Kyle, history, go.
Oh,
12.
Yeah, you've heard of Barachiel. It's called the City of Wizards or something like that.
Okay. Yes, I'm aware of the City of Wizards. Yes.
Yes. Well, he's been sent here as some sort of emissary, or we have been burdened with his presence, unfortunately. He cannot be gotten rid of. He's been here for some time now, and we are required to keep him here under a certain treaty.
Oh, okay. I was going to offer my services in whatever way we could assist in removing him from this fine town.
I should have liked to have done that some time ago, my dear friend Gimbal, if the possibility had existed. But under the Treaty of Vaingate and the Protectorate and our current situation with the Barachiel Envoy in Vaingate, he has been assigned to us to oversee our strictures.
Well, if it's all the same with you, my lord, I would much rather do favors and take care of these ogres in your name rather than have Lord Pyrix be involved or receive any form of credit for this. So could we discuss this with you directly?
Yes, sir. I don't see why not.
Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
I should like to invite you and your companions to the castle tonight, perhaps for dinner.
That would be tremendous. I will go. If there's nothing further today, I'll go greet my companions, and we are a party of 4.
Party of 4. Very well then. I shall make provisions for your somewhere to stay.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Accommodations, yes.
That would be glorious.
Anything I should know in advance? Anyone have any particular penchant that I should know
one of them
about?
will need a heftier bed. One of them will need a kid's bed, and two normal beds, please.
I see. I've become a hotelier.
I may be fat, but I'm not tall.
Or if it's all the same to you, we can find our own accommodation and we can.
No. We have rooms. I'm sure we
lovely.
can assist you with that. Besides, it might not be safe to wander the streets of Belkinard at night after perhaps a small amount of ale and feasting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, no, and if your if your Lord Pyrix has anything to say with it, I would say I would not like to be on the streets currently.
I see. And may I ask, what is the current situation between you and your companions and Lord Pyrix?
Minor hostilities. I think we were turned away.
I see.
It was just a very insulting experience.
I see. Very well then. We'll just see what we can do.
Lovely. All right.
Return with your friends anon.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And I take my leave and I strut out with my chest held high, feeling very self-assured.
Very good.
Head back towards the entrance of the Blackstone Owl.
And you can have an inspiration for your...
I already had it. I'm still stuck with it.
Okay, you're stuck with it.
I'll keep it.
Never mind. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, Josiah and Maria.
All right.
Bob.
We were going to, we would have to go to the clunge, right? Because that's the message you got from Hank.
He doesn't even know it was the
clunge. I
No.
told him it was the seediest, dirtiest pub.
Yeah. So
the filthiest bar he can find.
what I reckon I'm gonna do is
Well, first of all, I'll start asking you about where'd you get this wanted letter? What is this? Why did you give it to me?
So I'm gonna very patronizingly lean all the way down and put my hands on my knees to talk to Tricky Bob. Tricky Bob, you and I don't spend much time together. But how would you like to help these people restore some order in their area?
Definitely, but we need to figure out what we do with this first. This is kind of a more pressing matter. We're on a wanted list.
It's been on many wanted lists in my life.
Well, I haven't.
We'll be on many more wanted lists before it's ended. It's an asterisk. It's a footnote.
Does Tricky Bob want to be a part of this party anymore?
I don't know. This is I'm sending a bad name to my temple now, aren't I?
Yes, but you are here on a mission to be an emissary for your temple, aren't you?
Not to sully their name.
It's the Blackgaurd.
What is order, really? Yes. we represent order.
So hang on. Did you just walk in on this conversation?
No. Sorry, I'll get myself. I was just.
My point is, this is bad people trying to get us because we did something good.
Well, morally, how do we know who's good or who's bad, right?
And that's a question between yourself and your god.
Look, I don't know what to do. This is quite distressing.
What? If you'd like.
I don't know. Do I need to change my name? Do I need to cut my hair? Do I need to wear a disguise everywhere? How do we deal with this?
I really like to think of Tricky Bob as really panicking about it. I'm gonna have to change who I am. I have to change everything.
A whole new identity.
The best thing we can do right now is to
I don't have a beard. I have to grow a beard. To change my gender.
Yeah, to blend in and gain favor with these people. So I've sorted a deal with the fat man inside, and if we hunt some ogres for him, we can we're gonna get in the good books, and we don't have to worry about being captured by the Blackgaurd.
Well, I don't really want to be in the good books for some tyrant. So I don't think this is the best way of going forward.
I need to be in the good books of the tyrant. Plus, think about the lawless ogres who are rampaging through the hills. Need to be stopped. Think about the poor peasants whose farms are being raided.
Well, think about the lawless bailiffs that are like rampaging through this town.
Then we can deal with that once we deal with the ogres.
Keep talking. I'm going to go and grab a coffee, actually. If that's okay with you guys.
We argue, yeah.
Feel free to take a couple of minutes break or whatever. Just give me a second.
How are we going to reunite with everyone else?
I was probably
I don't know where
planning on
anyone
doing
went.
something really sick and like just whistling and hopefully getting a really good performance, and everyone would just kind of gather that.
I would say, because I haven't had this
Out of
conversation.
game, I'm on my way back.
So, also, I haven't had my conversation with this mysterious stranger at this seedy as pub.
Shall we try and head
behind him? I would say Josiah. I mean, man, I hope Russell isn't hearing us men again.
Oh, he's still got his headset on. Maybe he's still hearing it all. It won't matter. I'm muting myself.
We're in so much trouble. But, I mean, you could probably just do the same thing I did, Josiah, and reach the same result. I would say that's why I sent you the message.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know where I was going to go. But I figured that if I told you my end game, my objective, you could find the same objective. Yeah.
The way I see it, Tricky Bob, is that we have an obligation to restore law and order to the outside of Belkinard.
What about the inside?
We'll work from the outside in.
I think the inside is probably something that takes a lot more work and something you can't do without a reputation in the city.
All right.
What's that saying about a rotten fish head?
Yeah. I'm gonna unsheath the sword that I stole from the. I'm gonna hold it up.
Are you guys still in the tavern discussing this? Where are you guys?
I think we're
outside.
So just not to give too much away to be, considered as metagaming, but I think maybe my next few questions to this fella will shed light on how the town works a little better.
Yeah.
So Tricky Bob, you might find some more information on how we can proceed with the rot that is in the town.
No, but that will come later. That will come as soon as this is meta now. As soon as we get back together, I will explain there's this much better lord who wants this problem solved as well.
In the meantime, I'm just gonna get down on one, like literally on my knees, not being patronizing anymore, to get on your level, and I'm just like, we'll pull out sword and go, I just don't know what it is about this, but I need to know more about it.
So
and he can help.
I don't think we even need to metagame so much to get that going. I mean, the thing about it is Gimbal doesn't know where we are because he stormed off in a half. So I feel like Gimbal.
I winked at the bartender and I was planning to come back to the bar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
fundamentally,
I
would agree more with Gimbal's plan than your guys's once. So
don't lump me in with these guys with that man.
I would agree with Gimbal's plan more.
Unmatter it. It's fine.
Honestly,
I and Tricky Bob discussed this.
I think Hank would be. I think Hank would be more inclined to play both sides, and I think that is also possible.
So I don't think that I'm too worried about the rights or wrongs of any of the situations that we come across here, but I'm, I guess, a city boy who's now kind of enamored with adventure.
I would be the same. Hank was definitely having the time of his life.
Got two rogues with like stars in their eyes. This is great.
Yeah,
for sure.
Pretty much
because we've both grown up sort of on the streets and sort of fending for ourselves, I suppose. So
now you've got buddies to.
You've probably never seen so much gold in your lives either.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like living my worst nightmare. I came out to town from a humble temple to make a good name for myself, and now I'm like on an international wanted list.
And that's why
you've still made a name for yourself.
You've got to balance that karma out and make a better name for yourself. Yes.
Right. So do you eventually get to these guys, Gimbal?
I think we're still arguing outside.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
These two are stuck in a serious debate. So depending on time, like, I mean, yes, I would after this, I basically stormed off towards the castle in a fit of like pure outrage and insult.
fit of pique.
Yeah, and then after this, I'm just fucking elated. I'm like, this is great. I love this guy, and I'm strutting back as fast as I can to meet with the other guy. So yeah, if during this time they've had the discussion, I have made it back, then yes.
I suppose the question is whether or not Josiah and Tricky Bob is still at the tavern.
We're outside.
Yeah, just outside it. So I think we're reconnected with Gimbal by this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so Gimbal, you come back and you see these two standing outside the tavern
Right,
in
cool.
heated debate.
Okay,
You see them
so
in heated debate from a
guys,
distance.
guys. What are we debating? What are we doing?
Well, I for one don't really want to help this Pyrix guy. I think this is actually pretty terrible for us. And also we're all on the wanted list. I mean, and I hand him. Wait, actually, did Josiah give me all the papers, or did he give me only mine?
You're wanted?
And then
Josiah, do we want to be with a wanted person?
and then is it one bit of paper or is it?
There's one for each of you. You're all separate.
Yeah. So
You've
then
each got your own poster.
Then I'll hand Gimbal his.
Oh,
G Moonbrook.
Where? What? Huh? Was this
it's pretty.
Was this in the
worrying.
tavern? I mean, it looks like me. That is
actually. Where did you get this from?
Flattering.
I don't think they got the nose right. I think they not big enough.
No one gets the nose right. It's always too big or too small.
It's not quite up in the air enough.
No.
Yeah. Did we confirm how he got it from?
I don't
Where
think
did he
so.
get these?
I don't think you know
Where,
where he got it from.
where was this in the
Where did
tavern?
you get these?
I mean, I just met with the guy, and I met with the Lord, and he didn't arrest me.
Is this around town?
I just met with the Lord of the town.
So I don't think
Lord?
that you two saw what Hank and I did, but I spied a Blackgaurd and I stole this from him.
The Blackgaurd in the bar.
Outside.
We're still outside the bar, so I'm gonna quickly do like. Is he
having
still there?
Is
he still there?
We're not.
He's actually not there anymore.
Oh, good. Okay. Anyway, well, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping mine. So I put it in my pocket. It's like, that's mine. Now, so I didn't like fatty fingers either.
Fair enough.
Tricky. Now, but he's not the town. Okay, so I just went and met with Lord Belkinard, who was kind enough to meet with me, and he accepted our authority as wardens of Greymoor. And so instead of killing the ogres for that guy, why don't we? He's more than happy to have us kill the ogres in his name. And in fact, he invited all of us for dinner tonight in his castle.
Oh, well, that sounds like a much better plan. And yes, perception check. And I'm
on single digits all night. This is fantastic.
11.
I've rolled a 3, a 5, a 9, a 4. Oh no, that's a 12 and a 9.
Wow. 11.
Is that everyone?
What are you rolling for? Sorry.
Perception.
Do a perception.
You're not
there.
there.
You're not there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, actually, you know what? You can be coming up the street now if you want to.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was about to have a chat with the mysterious stranger.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Mysterious stranger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you guys, Gimbal.
Terrible roll.
12 was the total, right?
I got a 9.
Oh, no, you got a 9.
Yeah,
okay.
under 10.
Tricky Bob was the highest with an 11. Okay. Never mind.
Highest was 11.
I'm afraid I
Oh,
can't.
inspiration. I want to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Oh,
you can
actually,
use your
I've still got
fantastic.
inspiration as well, so I'm going to use that.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Nice.
14.
Okay. That's more like it. And Josiah?
Yeah, just doing it now. Oh, that was so close to a 1.
17.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Josiah and Gimbal, but especially Josiah, you notice a young lady, about maybe 8 years old, standing on the street, walking along the street, looks up, spies you guys.
I'd like to point out Josiah noticed the kid quicker than Gimbal did.
You see the kid noticing you, noticing it, noticing you, and then the kid turns around and runs off.
I glance at Josiah like, are you gonna? What are we doing?
She shoots down an alleyway. She looks like a street urchin.
I
by
think
her
we
raggedy
should.
clothes.
Okay, I'm chasing. I break
Hey,
away.
wait,
I break away.
What
I
about the
chase.
sword?
I think we should just get away from where we are right now.
What? I
I'm
thought
dashing
you
towards
made
that
the
kid.
Lord? Where's he going?
Where is everyone going? Gimble, what are you doing?
I am dashing. Like, okay, so me and Josiah, like, I mean, I feel like I've glanced at this kid. We both glanced at this kid. The kid started running. We both I've glanced. Me and Josiah have exchanged glances, and I've broken away and just piss bolted after this urchin.
Okay, so you're going to make a.
That's a tricky one.
This is going to be an athletics check to catch
That's
up with
fair.
the kid.
Go. Oh, not 16. That's the highest I've done all night.
All right, you rapidly catch up with this kid before she even makes it to the corner. You manage to get up to her and grab her shoulder.
Okay, good. I'm not going there, not going too far, but I'm just stopping her, and turning around and say, "What's wrong? What happened?"
I have to go home. Have to pee now.
All right,
I'm doing an
I
insight
wanna.
check. Does she really have to pee?
Okay, insight check. By the time you figure it out, she's going on your foot now.
Constitution saving throw.
Insight check. Go for your insight check. Let's see.
Oh, okay, cool. Go. 14 again.
She does not need to pee.
Okay. All right, look. Calm down. I'm gonna say, let's shake her a little. Calm down. We're not. What's wrong? What's going on?
I have to go. Danger.
I'd like to
Danger.
run up and I'll try this again as an urchin.
Is there anyone? Hang on. First, I want to just quickly look. Is there anyone around us right now seeing this?
There's a few people walking up the street. Yeah.
Suck her in the chops. She's a spy.
So
I want to.
Just kidding.
She
I'd
cries
like
out,
to think-
"Help! Help!"
All right, I let it go. Nope, I'm not
She
dealing with that. No, I let it go.
runs off.
Um,
What a
Yep.
fellow carrying a cart, like a hand cart thing, like a rickshaw type of deal, full of bricks, puts it down, stops and unhitches himself from it, and he comes over to you. He says, "Are you all right over here?"
I'm gonna tap Gimbal on the shoulder and just say, "Hey, it's not uncommon to hire orphans to spy. I think we're being watched, and we should get out of here."
Shit. Okay. Yep. I get. Yep. Shocked by hearing that, but that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I turn around to the brick guy and say,
Who's spying on you? Who would hire an urchin to spy on you? Where are you from?
You don't
Well,
need to.
I
You don't
mean-
need to worry. We're from. And I quickly think, and I go, "We're from Hemeth Tirith."
all right. I pull out my paper. I'm a warder in a Greymoor. Originally, I'm Clan Moonbrook, and then we ended up in Vaingate, and then we traveled to Greymoor, and then we came here.
So you're wardens. I see. Oh, how interesting.
Why do you what's on your cart?
Oh,
Bricks,
bricks
Gimbal.
for sale.
Just
You
bricks.
sell
Please,
bricks?
please,
I don't
let's
suppose
not, let's
you'd like
not
to
do
buy
this.
some bricks, would you? I'm
Please,
delivering
let's not
these
spend
ones.
10
How
minutes
much
on this
per
guy.
brick?
I can make you some bricks for silver. One.
Yes,
I
Josiah.
say it was 10
Sorry,
bricks for a
one
silver
moment,
piece.
one moment, Brickman. Yes, Josiah.
Yes.
No, that was me, Hank, an ethereal voice in the void saying, "He's a fucking bricklayer, Gimbal."
Well, I would like to
as much as
support
I'd love
his
to
brick
hear
life.
about this man's family and his father's founding of the
Mr.
masonry
Brickman,
of Berkinard.
And how
Hey, what,
how's-
you know,
Gimbal? Why
Thank you,
don't
Mr.
you ask
Brickman. We are
Russell
fi-
what
we
his
are
entire
fine, and
family
we-
lineage is? Yeah.
We
You know,
did
sir,
not- we
you
did not attack the
seem like a
child.
nice enough person, and maybe in another life we could have been brothers, and we could have married the village sisters, and
we could have laid bricks together.
But Gimbal, we need to get out of here.
Yep, let's go. All right. Thank you, sir. I bow and turn to Josiah and just let him lead me away.
All right.
And
so off you go.
I'm gonna rush over to Tricky Bob and say, "Hank, is that the grimiest tavern here? I think we head that way."
All
Why
right,
are we
while
going to
while-
a grimy
while we walk-
tavern?
Because
we
we're
made a
being-
lord.
Because we are being watched.
Oh, good. Is Tricky Bob with us? Tricky Bob's with us. All right, at
Yeah.
this point, Tricky Bob, Josiah says like they hire kiddies to watch people. Did you know this? I didn't. What is wrong with these people?
What kitties? Where are you guys seeing kitties?
There was a kid, and she ran away, and I followed her, and then a brick guy got in my way, and
I
then
thought
all
we're
of
going
a
to
sudden,
see a lord.
So I'm just going to grab them both by the wrists and drag them with me
Where are you going?
to the grimiest tavern.
to the grunge.
Yeah. To the.
Well, you don't know that.
So I will.
Oh, that's true.
I will follow the gutters running.
And it is not the grunge, Gimbal.
Wasn't
Thank
it?
you.
What was it?
All right.
Plunge.
As a city
Plunge.
boy, I'm going to know that basically if you follow the gutters going downhill, then you'll eventually find the worst pub in town.
Because you did know, yeah. Because Hank
Yeah.
did tell
Is that
Josiah that he
right?
was going to
Yeah,
the shithole,
that's
right?
it. It's at the bottom of a long driveway at the bottom of a.
Oh, sorry. Out of character.
All the worst
I was,
places are.
I'll
Out
tell
of
you what I'll
character, I
let you
was
do is
curious
make an
about this.
investigation check.
All right.
Thieves hand signals like the Drow language, or is it
It's
an actual language?
it's all, isn't it? It's symbols.
Yeah,
and
it's a combination
spoken,
of-
yeah.
Like every now
Yeah,
and then.
and it's also a little bit of Cockney rhyming slang as well.
Oh, top it up. How you going, Gav?
Oh,
Oh, that's all right. Cool.
Investigation was I doing?
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Wow. All right. Does your investigation encompass asking questions of locals?
I just kind of look to see the kind of people, is there anyone stumbling around town? Is it like, are we heading towards the poorer part of town? What do the people look
Yeah,
like?
yeah. Okay, as you get closer to the gate, it gets a bit seedier.
Yeah. And then yeah, I just ask what appears to be a daytime hooker of yeah.
Daytime
this is
hook is
a-
a thing.
There's a lot of those. No, there's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
I'm not seeing a lot of daytime hookers in Belkinard. I can
I
imagine they would get cleaned up by
Yeah.
the various local constabularies.
Hmm.
I look for a man who doesn't appear to be working. Someone
Pirates
who
would be in
doesn't appear to have a job.
Yeah, you can
And-
find a local bum.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
just,
What are we looking for?
we're looking for you.
All right, good.
And I
Right.
think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay,
Yes,
so
mate.
long,
You're
long
on the
story short,
Yeah.
story short, you ask around a bit after you make some, investigation and you figure out where it is, and you find yourself wandering up a dark alley in the late afternoon sun.
Dragging my two compatriots along with me.
Day
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah,
Bearing in mind there are
I'm
two
still
suns,
yelling
so
about the Lord.
yeah.
there's two shadows.
I would like to keep alert of any short people, because after hearing this revelation that children are spies, I am on the edge for anyone that is under fucking 6 feet, 6 foot, 5 foot,
Yeah.
under 5 foot.
I see.
Well, you find this rather seedy looking place, and it does actually have a sign that says the Clunge over the door. And there is some dodgy looking individual sitting on a barrel opposite the door on the other side of the alleyway, tossing a dagger and catching it as you approach.
Is this a short person?
It is in fact a short person. They are a halfling.
All right, I'm gonna so. Josiah, are you still pulling us along, or
Yeah, I'm just
So-
trying to.
because I'm gonna
Well-
stop. I'm gonna try to stop for a moment, and try
While
to
these
tug
guys
you
are doing
and, like,
this,
Yeah.
and stare at the little fucker with
Yep.
the knife.
And we're going to
having a look at this
fella.
fella.
Yeah, let's let Hank.
So let's
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Hank.
let's do a little thing with Hank. So, so I move on over to this this fella who's
Yep.
just told me that I'll see no benefit from talking to the bartender.
Yeah.
Which is contrary to D&D law, but that's cool. So I'll move on over to this fella. In fact,
Says, you don't want to
what I
talk
will
to
do-
him. He's a bastard.
excellent. So I sit down. I say, I
I'll
usually
trade
have an
you
affinity with
information.
bastards,
Oh,
but
don't tell me too much about yourself, son. I don't want to know.
now I'm not going to tell you much about
You
myself.
give me a
but,
gold piece, I'll tell you anything I can tell you.
Well, first of all, let's be civil. I'll buy you a drink. What are you having?
I wouldn't drink anything from this place.
What are you doing here then?
That's none of your business, is it?
Well, that's fair enough. All right, so I'll put a gold piece on the table and I say, look, I've got my finger on it. I haven't given it to him yet.
Yeah.
I say, look, I want to know. There's two big things I want to know, and this gold piece is going to pay for them.
Yes.
Right.
Well, you better tell
So
me
I
what
say,
they are. Yeah.
Now look, we've just been talking to a tinker who says, a tanner
Mm.
who says that he can't pay his taxes, but he's also working for free
Oh yeah.
as a conscript. Who are the players here? If there's one hand that can't talk to the other, or there's more than one person involved in the governance of this town.
Oh yeah. Well,
So what's
you've got
going on here?
You're new here, are you?
Oh, fresh today.
Fresh today, I see. So you want the lay of the land then, son?
Please.
I see. Well, you've got Lord Randal Casian Belkinard, who is, of course, the titular landholder of this whole place.
Sure.
And he has the greatest power and responsibility here. However,
who's the one pulling the strings?
Well, you would say that Lord Cassius has most of the strings in his hands, but there is one thread that he just simply cannot control. And that would be Horatio Pyrix.
I see. Okay.
For Horatio is here on behalf of the Barachiel Envoy, the Barachiel wizards of the city of Barachiel. You've probably heard of the Barachiel wizards. Far to the
Sure.
south, they send their wizards all over the world to various places, and you will find that most mortals like us, and probably the elves too, although I have less experience with that, bow to whatever requests they make. And so they have instated their man here as some kind of bailiff. He has position and power. And this allows them to move things in and out of the city.
Prior to Horatio's coming here, was Randal a well-liked lord? Was he popular?
Oh, he was as good as any, better than most.
Right. So if it came to it, people really wouldn't be worried about seeing the back of young Horatio.
Well, the problem with the Horatio's demise would be that he would most likely be replaced.
Well, let's not talk about his
you'd
demise.
have to dig a really big grave.
I beg your pardon, Gibble. Where are you?
Sorry, no. It was just a joke.
These players, this group has real metagaming problems.
We do. I know. We did a lot of metagaming.
It was just a joke.
Right.
Fine.
All right. So
the Barachiel Envoy would send a replacement, and the replacement may or may not be as bad as him or worse.
Of course.
The very worst thing that could happen is it could lead to war, and nobody wants war with the Barachiel.
Right. But a censure of sorts would. Anyway, doesn't matter. So my next question, and I've still got my finger on this gold piece.
Yep.
Do you know of a Blackguardsman in town?
Oh, now that's an interesting question. I do not know of a Blackguardsman in town, but it's possible. Do you have information on a Blackguard here?
I've seen some information. In fact, some of the people that I'm with have stolen something from him. I don't know what it is yet, but we've stolen something from him.
Well,
Silver here.
I could look into it.
Who are you?
Well, you can call me Herman Baumgartner.
That's a mouthful.
I'm going to give you
You write
name.
that last name down.
I'm going to write you the whole name down. And I got this from a book, by the way, this name.
All right.
I didn't make this up.
I don't know.
What was the book?
Okay, I will find
Fine.
you the book.
If I made it up, its name would be Bob Bobbinson.
Herman Pound. If I Google, do I get
Baumgartner.
anything?
You might do, actually, if you Google it.
Baumgartner.
Herman
Gardner.
Baumgartner.
All
That's
right,
so close to
Mr.
Gardner.
Mr. Herman
His fruit
Gardner.
is rotten.
It gives some
You
very.
have you've given me your name. I'll give you mine, and I tell him my name is Hank in Cant, in Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
You guys and your fucking thieves can't. You
Thanks.
love it.
Do you think that Hank in Thieves' Cant would just be Hank?
Probably.
I
but
mean,
you
it's
never
one
know.
thing like H. I like to think of Thieves' Cant now as like cheerleaders doing HANK.
Or his name could be Gank.
Mm.
It
Or
could
Mank.
be
Skank.
you know, it could be something to do with a short handkerchief or something.
Skank.
I don't know. Hey,
Oh, he was a
Hey.
medieval illustrator.
never have I been easy with the women.
There you go.
How
So
much better he looks on like the later photos.
he did exist.
So
Yeah.
did he? I'd like to see if I see any recognition in his eyes when I tell him that I am Hank from Vaingate in
Right.
Thieves' Cant.
Just like to make an insight check.
I would like to make an insight check, please. Oh God damn. 2.
Oh,
Nice.
He appears to be completely oblivious to whoever you are, despite the fact that he makes a fuss of it.
A fuss of what?
Oh, you're Hank from Vaingate. He says, oh, well.
Oh, right. Okay.
He's humoring you.
Thank you, Russell. Yeah.
That Hank. Oh, the one that
Yeah.
did the, oh, yes, right, Hank Vaingate.
Mm. All right. Very good. Very good. Now, just one last question, but at this point, I slide the gold piece over to him. So this is sort of like an indication that I'm willing to, if he feels that I need to give him more gold for the information, that's fine. I've gotten what I felt was fair. So I ask him, are there more people in this town that I might know, that I might find interesting as yourself?
I should say that there are. I should say that if you were to come back tomorrow at the same time, I could introduce you to one or two of them. I could probably also find out some information about your Blackgaurd by then too, I suspect.
And I'd be willing to scratch your back if you're willing to scratch mine. So what are we talking here?
Oh, I'm not sure just yet. But let's just say that perhaps if there was a job that was to come out of it, there could be a finder's fee involved, like maybe 5-10%.
Deal. All right. Yep. Cool. Very good.
All right. Well, good luck then, sir. You'll find me here most, one day of the week. This would be the day.
Just one more tiny little thing.
Aye.
Are you a part of any affiliation, any sort of organization that we both might be affiliated with?
I don't think there are any affiliations that are so big that they cross the world like that.
I see.
So out of game, I did some research on thieves guilds historically. What a bunch of nonsense that is. So thieves guilds barely existed. There are a couple of rumors and stories about thieves guilds, but they're pretty dodgy and they didn't really seem to have much evidence base behind them. However, gangs and organized crime networks, on the other hand, absolutely have always existed. So, that's a thing. So I'm more than happy to organize, you could have been members of gangs or some sort of criminal syndicate that might have been heard of. But as for an actual guild,
a thieves
A
guild.
worldwide network of thieves.
Right. Yeah, just not going
It's
to happen.
really fucking
So
convenient.
thieves is more like something that thieves are more like something that would be utilized by a syndicate or a gang. Yeah, that would be a small part of it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You might get paid to do something, or you might just be obligated to do it for the sake of not being beaten up on the regular.
Old Herman might be he could be acting alone and just know people, or he could be a member of a syndicate of some sort, but not a thieves guild specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Cool. All right. So at that, I motioned to the useless bartender to give old mate a drink.
Comes over and fills up both your cups, managing to spill most of it on the table and the floor.
That's right. I then pick up my little mage hand thing and take my his cup. I take his cup this time underneath the tap and pour it out and embroider it back. It's got a range of 30 feet, by the way.
Right. A rat runs over your foot in the meantime.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
Wait a minute. I don't like the sound of that.
What are you doing?
He's being paranoid.
Yeah.
I'm being paranoid. Well, it's your fault. Who says a rat runs over your foot with no meaning? Right.
The rat symbolizes obviousness.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna leave the rat to do its thing.
To be fair, it's not an uncommon thing for a rat to run over your foot in a dive bar like this.
It is uncommon for certain people to mention it, though.
What, the dungeon master?
Yes.
Come on.
Precisely.
I add all sorts of anonymous flavor.
Okay. So I'm gonna enjoy this drink with my friend here, and I'm going to see if my friends can find me where I am.
All right. Well, probably about 20 minutes later, they find their way in.
Oh, hang on a second, because we haven't dealt with that little fucker with the knife.
All right. Okay. So you're outside.
So I have stopped because after hearing Josiah mention the whole kid thief thing, I have stopped enough to realize that I know more of nature than I do of this nonsense. So I just want to stop for a second, tug Josiah, and just glare over at the kid with the knife on the barrel.
A halfling.
Yes. Supposed halfling, little person.
Could be a kid dressed.
Could be a little fucking thief for all I know.
Could be 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna try and reassure you and say it's not really polite to stare at halflings.
I thought there were no kobolds in this universe.
There are kobolds.
You just can't play as one.
We'll deal with those things later.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, fine. All right. If Josiah doesn't think it's suspicious, I'll follow him in.
Yeah. And then we enter.
So you go past. Okay, you go past. In fact, as you get to the door, the halfling says, "Wait."
I knew it.
What can I help you with, friend?
And I hold myself.
Yeah.
Just hold it. I didn't pull it out.
Yeah.
Just I'm on edge.
You haven't paid the fee.
How much is the fee?
Gold piece.
A gold piece for this shithole.
Gold piece.
You see him look you up and down. And your fancy clothes and your fancy boots with your fancy swords. And he nods. Gold piece.
Fancy swords.
You're not there.
Yeah. All right. I am going to walk forward to him.
Just I need you to spot me.
Yeah, and I'm also going to put my hand on my sword and I say,
"You can have your gold piece back when you come out and nothing's been broke."
Oh,
that seems fair.
I'll stay outside.
1 gold piece for 3 of us.
Ooh.
Out of game. You guys are getting played.
Yeah, I don't want to give any money to this sort of establishment.
I'm staying outside anyway.
Well, yeah. Dirty. First of all, I don't really want to be here, and second of all, I don't think we should be giving money to them. Can I?
No.
Josiah, can I try intimidating this guy?
Spot me.
Yeah. Go make it. What is it? Charisma and intimidation, or strength and intimidation, whichever one of those is better for you.
But you have to roleplay it as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
What's strength intimidation?
If you want to do
intimidation.
strength, yeah, it's just an intimidation check using strength instead of charisma. So if you've got a strength bonus, you would add that.
Oh, okay.
That's when you like, as opposed to you fuck off or I'll rip your limbs off.
Yeah, you don't lick your knife and go.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I rolled a 10 with my regular intimidation.
Okay.
I think my strength isn't any better. It's a +2 versus a +3, so I'll probably stay with that.
He looks at you and he flips his knife. Gold piece. Looks up at the rain.
Are you gonna stay in the rain? I asked this to the halfling. It's like, are you gonna stay in the rain as well? Is that what you get paid for?
Doesn't bother me. It's just rain. You're afraid of a bit of water, are you?
Not afraid. It's just miserable. I mean, you could be inside.
Could be.
I don't really have an issue with paying gold for like collateral. I'll front you guys if you want.
What's your
I'll
name,
stay outside with Gimbal.
little boy?
Don't call me boy.
Little thing. Little man.
All right. You guys can stay out here. I'm gonna go check if Hank's in.
No,
so.
I'm coming inside. I don't get wet.
You remember my name.
What's your name, little man?
You can remember my name is Hans.
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 And what do
and
you
you're by
do
yourself
out
outside?
here?
You do this solo?
Do you want to make a perception check, Gimbal?
About that, what, the hand solo thing? Okay, hang on. Perception! Oh, again, 14. I'm stuck at 14.
Gimbal, as you're looking around, because it's raining, you sort of look up and you look around. You realize that there's about 3 other members of this little team sitting on the roof just above you.
Are they all little people?
They are.
So not so solo. Okay.
And they're sitting, some of them have a certain amount of rain cover, in fact, over them as well.
Okay.
And they look like they've got
little mini umbrellas.
They've got short bows and small crossbows and things.
Okay, well, first there's like a moment of like I see the hand crossbow and like the tiny crossbow. Man, I really want one of those. But but I see the numbers, and so that I walk past, I grab Josiah's shoulder, say, "You got this," and I walk in.
Okay, so you head in first. All right, and Josiah, you're going to pay up the 3 gold?
Yeah, I'll pay the gold. Okay. Tricky Bob, you coming in?
Why do you guys keep dragging me into these kind of places? I thought we're gonna go see a lord. This is the opposite of seeing a lord.
I think we just need to discuss a few things as a group. That's all.
Can we discuss it in a better place? Do we need to go to like?
I think if what's happening is what I think is happening, we should probably stay here.
I love it.
Really? Why?
You step in.
Yeah, step in. So
Tricky can stay outside.
Tricky, you're standing there by yourself. The door is currently open. The rain is coming down. The crossbows are pointed at you. Well, actually, they're not pointed at you. They're just vaguely.
They're there.
I do a deep sigh and I reluctantly walk in.
Okay. All right. So as I see
Josiah,
Josiah in the doorway, I'd like to. Can I see Josiah in the doorway? Can I?
Yeah,
I came in first. I came in first.
You can see the door. The door opens and Gimbal steps in first.
All right, and I can see that immediately.
Yeah.
All right. So immediately I turn to my friend. Wait for it. Herman Palmgartner.
Yep.
I thought I was your friend, and now I hear it's fucking Herman.
I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of acquaintances. So I turned to Herman Palmgartner and say, "Hey, these people I'm associated with. Would you rather be more discreet about our relationship? I would be happy to
the real May December thing going on here, right?
Those poor kitties.
I mean, I don't know the social climate."
Pulls his hood over his face a little bit. He says, "Perhaps best that you leave with your friends."
All right. So I make my way across to the bar, pretending not to have seen Gimbal. Gimbal may have seen me, but I make it look as though I'm casually.
Can I
just
do a
strolling
check to
across
see if
the
I
bar.
did notice Hank?
Yeah, you can make a perception check when you come
Yeah.
in.
Because
Can
it's
can
quite
it be
clear
a
what
competition?
Sorry, what's that, Hank?
I'd like to compete with the perception check so that we both do something, or at least I do
Good,
some
because
sort
you
of a
know
check
what's going to
against
happen.
Gimbal.
You know what's going to happen if
trying
I
to-
notice you.
Are you trying to stealth? Is that what you're
Well,
doing?
I'm trying to make it so Gimbal doesn't see me, and Gimbal is trying to see if he does see me.
So
Right. Yeah, I
Hank
guess it's
is
stealth.
trying to see if he notices Gimbal
Yeah.
noticing him, or if Gimbal
That's
notices
right.
Hank noticing Gimbal.
You got
Well, no,
a 10.
I've
You got a 10
I've already
to beat.
noticed Gimbal. I've already noticed Gimbal. I would like Gimbal not to notice me.
Because Gimbal, your eyesight's sort of adjusting to the dim light, so he gets a couple of seconds to see you standing there silhouetted in the doorway.
And that's when
That's
I
fair.
asked the question. And
Also, I was getting out of the rain and away from all of that, so I was
So
pretty
you're
occupied.
brushing off the water and straightening out your clothes as you come in through the door. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Gimbal, you can make, it's not Gimbal, Hank, you can make a stealth check.
19.
Okay,
Oh, fuck
so
off.
Wow.
you remain unnoticed when Gimbal adjusts his eyes and comes in. Gimbal, what you do notice is that there's some tables that are smashed that have been put up in the corner. There's evidence of all sorts of spillages on the floor. There's a couple of people sleeping with their heads on the bar.
What time of the day is it? I mean, are we talking like 1 p.m.? Because that's the kind of thing where I can expect like a bar. If it was a gross bar, 1 p.m. you'd get this kind of like the lowest point of no one's there. It looks like
Right.
shit.
Debauchery.
You've
By
got
the way,
Yeah.
I do want Gimbal to see me, just not with the other fella.
Oh,
You see what I mean?
This is sort of mid-afternoon, and the people that are here possibly been here all day and all night. This is like the remains that are going to
alright.
get cleared out before the next
dregs.
round. The
I
absolute
feel dirty.
dregs.
Yep.
Yep, you can smell the sick in the corner.
The ear
Ooh,
makes
yucky.
you makes me. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, no. My reaction would be: so I've walked in. It's a pretty gross scene. I wouldn't sit down. I wouldn't go anywhere. I would turn around and wait for Josiah to come in. Like this. Nah.
You don't want to touch anything.
No,
Welcome
No.
to the clunge.
not touch.
Right.
Not touching any part of this clunge.
And that
Just-
might be what you hear from Hank. I don't know, when he appears
That's
behind you.
that's how I introduce it. That's how he knows that I'm there. So I sort of like pop out of there. Here we go. This is the game. So I pop up maybe 5 feet from him at the bar corner that's closest to him, and I say, "Welcome to the club."
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah. No, I'd look around.
But I'm like,
No,
I'm quite
no.
welcome. Like, welcome to the club. You know, please. come in.
All right. So
At
at
this point,
least.
Josiah steps through the door.
Mhm.
And I see my party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you step in, and then Tricky Bob reluctantly steps over the stair.
I say,
would-
Tricky
Oh.
Bob, you made it.
I would like to stay
Where
near the
am I?
threshold, and when Tricky Bob comes in, just like look at her and go,
Alright.
no, and just
No.
wait at the entrance. I'm just waiting at the entrance. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah,
So
I don't want
the
to step
first-
any further either.
The first
So-
thing I do is that I approach Josiah and I say, "What did you get from that fella?
All right. So
The one that killed my Hogsmaw."
yes. So Gimbal and Tricky Bob, I think we need to discuss a few things, and I think it would be best to do it discreetly in the corner of this room.
What?
Can
What
we-
about me?
Can, no,
Oh
can
yeah,
we,
of course you as well.
Oh,
does,
thank you.
does it
It was implied.
does it have to be here? Can we get a room? I don't want to be
Yeah.
in this room.
Hey guys, we don't have to be here. You know, this place sucks.
I think it would be
Yeah,
best to keep a low profile at the moment. So if
Right? Yep. Fair enough.
right, so if we can just shunt our way down into the corner of the room and we can sit down, and then if you all consent to this,
Oh, by the way, Russell,
really.
how much were those beers that I bought for
Negligible.
myself and the other fella?
A few coppers.
A couple coppers. Sorry, I'd like to get
Say
another
10
round
coppers
for
all up.
us all. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'd like to get another
round
round
of horse piss.
Horse piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horse piss. Horse piss equals 2 CP plus
You haven't managed to get into any fights this evening. I'm quite
No,
impressed.
yeah. We're pretty well controlled.
Fucking
now. But
jonesing
I feel
for
like
it
we've
though.
built up a lot.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah,
We're ready.
I really want to hunt some
My
ogres.
badger is frothing at the mouth.
All right.
Anyway,
So-
so we're at the corner, and
So
hopefully the barkeeper's noticed me motioning for another 4 horse pisses.
Right.
and after he's done, and given us our drinks and's left, like to unfurl all the scrolls of our wanted posters.
Hang on. Before we do that,
yeah.
I want to do a check to see if anyone is on a table near us. Anyone's looking at us.
Yeah.
I'm getting paranoid now.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. So you guys can
Cool,
make perception, wisdom perception checks.
Myself included.
Yep.
That is the third 14 I've rolled in.
Ooh.
Oh no, third 14 I've
Wow.
rolled out of 4. 3 out of 4 have been 14.
Wow.
5.
Wow, I got an 8.
Right.
Just doing my
Okay. Well,
own
you
last.
guys are obviously busy. thinking
11 for
about
me, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Josiah,
I'm
you
a bit
got a little
excited because I've got news, and I know they've got news, and I'm like, ooh, not focusing on much.
Right, but Gimbal, you're looking around and you're actually alert. And you see that there's one dude who's laying there, looks like he's asleep. And you see him turn over and open his eye for a moment and then close it again.
Okay. Yep. I'm pretty fed up. I'm pretty fed up with the thievery side of things. So I am going to walk over to the table, slam my hands on the desk,
Whoa!
and just stare at him and go,
What? What? You can't do that. What?
get out.
Can you make an intimidation check?
You better roll. You better roll well. Can somebody help him?
I'll help.
Oh my god! Oh my
Okay, so
god!
Tricky Bob gets up behind
How?
him and gives him
How did you
advantage.
roll a 0?
That's a
That's
1
zero.
minus 1.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
Can I?
Tricky
oh,
Bob
God.
emerges behind him to give you advantage.
Oh thank God! All right, let's try this again.
right.
Okay, come on, one more time.
Oh, she got a
Please,
19,
come
so let's
on.
just take that.
I've
Okay.
Can Tricky Bob have it?
This person sort of looks at you and begins to laugh and then suddenly stops laughing. And Gimbal, you're like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it,
Yeah.
I've had enough.
And then
A real Simba and Mufasa moment.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the,
he backs off.
except I'm
and-
like 3 feet shorter.
Yeah.
All right. Have it your own way. I'll move. Fine. He stands up, stumbles across the room to the bar, and just plonks himself down over at the bar and starts talking to the bartender.
All right, I
And
turn around.
as,
I was like,
as
why
he
are you
moves
up here?
past, I do like that step thing, like even though I'm not really even part of it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now you're pretty sure that you've got the place to yourself, at least this corner of the bar.
Yeah. All right, so I'd like to discreetly unfurl the wanted poster scrolls and hand them out to each respective person.
All right,
Already
so
have mine on.
I mean,
So
I
this
think
is-
we've
this-
all got ours except Hank.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
see, this is the thing. This is the issue I have. Do I have a wanted poster?
Were you?
What? No,
Oh,
you
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
No.
So
He
you
wasn't
weren't
Well,
there.
I don't
Or
know.
something
That's
you
up
did
to
after.
Russell. It's up to Russell.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it is.
I don't.
Well-
We don't know why you have wanted posters.
Can it be
Really?
Valorant?
We can suspect.
right. Yes,
that
you can. It can be Ballaran. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be
Okay.
true. That is a very good point.
Alright.
Thank you. Yeah, it would be Ballaran.
Okay, so Ballarin has a wanted poster. I
Mm.
do not.
Yeah.
Now, this gives us an opportunity because
Oh.
now I can do all your little jobs for you.
Oh, good, because I was about to say either you're with us or you're against us.
Oh, I'm definitely with, but
All right then.
but now it
But
means
for a
that
fee. No.
I give him my wanted poster. I was like, I trust you, buddy. I'm not worth that much.
but that means that so I look through these wanted posters. I say, it seems that now the lowliest thief is the most legitimate member of the party.
Mm.
And I gloat a little bit, but not too much because you guys are my friends.
Because we're on edge.
Now that you've got a moment to actually look at these wanted posters too, I'll get you each to make an investigation check,
All right,
assuming that you're looking them
Right,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
I have
I
such
get a
bad rolls for
17,
this shit. Oh,
and I'm going pee-pee. Hang on.
15.
Wow.
Oh, I got -1. Jeez.
Jeez.
10.
Wow. 10.
My intelligence is low.
That's a 9 for me.
I feel like my wisdom
Okay.
is really low for a ranger, but
I think that Tricky Bob would just struggle to comprehend even looking at it, it'll just kind of like should have a panic attack.
That's fair.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even want to open it.
So, Gimbal, looking at the wanted poster, you see the fine print on it, and you kind of realize what it really, the gist of it is. And that is that whilst these people are not, from your understanding of the law and how this works, the Blackgaurd are essentially offering 50 gold to anyone that can point them in your direction.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. So
Right,
after looking at this, after examining this, I'm like, guys, so the Blackgaurd, okay, yeah, sure. They're not the BN, the end all of everything. So Tricky Bob, relax, because our only enemy is the Blackgaurd. They're just offering money for our information.
Well, can we turn ourselves in then?
Because we haven't broken any laws. They're not the law.
What, I mean, feasibly, there could be some issue with the fact that if you did kill Blackguards in the Moldrayan Protectorate and the Blackguards were guests of the Protectorate, that might be an issue.
But who, I mean, if we get really into it, who's to say if we broke any laws? What? It's the testimony of one Blackgaurd against all of us. I mean, there's not that much. There's no evidence. There's no evidence.
Well, then,
if we were so murderous, like we were, how did one escape?
Two.
We should turn ourselves in and claim it was self-defense, right? Because it was self-defense.
Absolutely.
We didn't technically attack first.
I think
I'm assuming
you should turn yourself in, and we'll see what happens. And then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. I see what Gimbal was getting at. Absolutely do not turn yourself in.
Or don't.
Sorry, Russell, outside of game, would I have a knowledge of the ruthlessness of the Blackgaurd?
Check.
Give me some background as to why you might have that knowledge.
Because you've told us they're like the SS and they're sort of the secret police, and that the people that they know, the people that have had I'm guessing that dealings with them have not returned. So that sort of thing. They're this feared bunch, and that must be for a reason.
Especially in their own kingdom, they are absolutely in their own kingdom. They are outside of their kingdom. They are seen as well. You see, the thing is, the Elven kingdom is trying to form this treaty with the humans to get back a lot of their ancient magical items, right? The Treaty of Vaingate, which is what this is all about. And so they're using the Blackgaurd to kind of strong arm certain human factions.
Okay.
As well. So
if I notice, so if Tricky Bob's still having doubts at this point, after I've gone on my little rant, I would just like to turn and say, look, do you think you've done anything wrong? Like,
objectively, no.
Objectively, no. So how do we? If there was a criminal and he says you're wrong for catching me, you're wrong for attacking my friends, are you in the wrong? Or are they just saying you are?
We should plead our case, right?
Well, that would
I would say I have to say I agree with Gimbal. I would say, why should you turn yourself into an institution that has no real lawful power?
Yeah, this isn't a jurisdiction. They're going outside of
exactly.
Their kingdom.
They may have political power, they may have influence, they may have physical power that can endanger us, but they don't have any lawful power. So we're not under any obligation to give ourselves in.
We need to make sure that, okay, yes, you want to hand yourself in. You make sure you hand yourself into the true law, the true order. So we need to go speak to the Lord of this town. Lord Belkinard can help us.
Good point.
Yes, I'm keen to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, but the one thing
this place smells like shit.
I completely agree with you. And it's good to know that we can actually go see the Lord, because from what I could see, there are some forces who appear to be looking for us at the moment.
Now I would like to let's wait. Let's go to No, let's go. Let's leave. We can leave.
All right,
I think we can leave. Yeah.
let's go see the Lord. Gimbal,
Yeah.
lead the way.
Yes, I'm
Right.
sure I remember the way.
Okay, so you head out of the dive bar, out of the clunge.
Oh,
out into
by the
I
way,
feel like
as
we should remember the
I'm
clunge.
gonna be the
We should
last
come back
person-
to the clunge.
I'm going to be the last person to leave, and as I leave, I look the bartender straight in the eye, and I flip in the bird,
he, he,
and then I bugger off.
he drunkenly collapses on the bar as you do.
Figures.
What a job.
Right.
Figures.
1 p.m.
Right. Okay, so you guys leave the clunge and you head off the streets of Belkinard in the rain, up towards the Citadel.
Oh, did we get the gold back, the deposit?
No, those guys are gone.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I'm outraged
Man,
because I
I
walked
told
out
you
and
you were
they are
getting played.
completely gone. No, because you were inside. So
Those
Well,
guys,
I mean, I
those
told you.
guys had nothing to do with the bar. They didn't belong to the bar. They were
He
just
just
Yeah.
wanted some combat.
literally
fuck,
just
my-
escorting.
my face is fucking red again.
It wasn't even
And
your
I'm-
gold.
No, it doesn't matter.
Hank and, I feel like at this point, Hank and Josiah sort of exchange glances, like,
This ranger is getting a lot of streetwise.
Fucking storming off.
Yeah.
I'm storming off again towards the castle. Nah, storming.
All right. Well, look, long story short, you get to the castle, similar things happen. You get the guards, ask you a few questions. They show you in. They recognize you, Gimbal, because you were there not that long ago.
And my face
Um,
was just as red as it is now.
Right.
Yep.
And they let you in. They take you to a waiting room that you're given some, cheese and bread and some meat. And Lord Belkinard has you brought in to the same room where you were before, Gimbal. So there's a fireplace and a mantelpiece and some bookshelves and a window, a big rug, a big wolf skin rug on the floor.
So we are quite wet. So I feel more comfortable now. I'm going to take my clothes off and I'm going to go get warm by the fire and try
This
to dry myself
castle,
off.
if you want to put an image in your head, I'm imagining you've all seen Game of Thrones.
Not a fan.
to be honest,
I have
no.
seen it, but it's
Okay, well,
so
if
much
you-
intrigue.
Right, fair
I've
enough.
seen-
If you know the castle, that's the main characters come from at the beginning, then the north. That's
Oh, that's
kind
quite.
of-
Yeah, it's homely. A
That's
homely kind of
the-
like.
the werewolf guy, right?
What?
the direwolf.
What?
No. I think of
Direwolf
Underworld.
guy. I saw like 3
Sean-
half episodes.
Sean
It's
Bean's
like
castle.
you picture a
Oh,
castle
okay.
in the wilderness kind of. So it's got
I was
fur,
thinking of
it's heavily like
Jon
warm.
Snow.
And, yeah,
Yes.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
I was thinking of him, that character.
Yeah, right.
it's his
right.
castle. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the castle that he was brought up in. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So
Yeah,
sort of
but
like
it's-
pretty.
But it's rather than being out in the wilderness, it's in the middle of a town.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's
So-
nice. It's
surrounded
kind of
by-
nice.
Yeah.
I'd be quite happy with that
Yeah.
as a ranger. I would be quite happy with that.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. So anyway, you end up in the main, in this fellow's chamber anyway.
All right.
And
I want
he's-
to. I bow, greet myself, and I greet my compatriots,
all right.
and I say, "And this is Josiah. He will do the talking from here, as I am known to put my foot in my mouth." And I go over to the fire and start warming myself with
Lord-
my badger. I'm taking Momo. Me and Momo go sit by the fire.
Right. Lord Belkinard smiles slightly when you say that you occasionally put your foot in your mouth. You notice there's a lady in the room too, in the corner, and she comes forward and sits at the table nearby. He says, "I should like to introduce you to Lady Ermina Casian Belkinard."
Nice to meet you, Your Highness.
I put on my most
She
noble
smiles.
ears.
She says,
And-
your
and-
lady would be fine."
I put on my most genteel airs. Your ladyship.
Yeah, like lick your palm
when-
and
Yeah.
Okay.
brush her
that's
head
what-
down.
Again
Your lady.
to summarize the chubbiness of Hank, when you if you were to do a really low curtsy, your belly wouldn't hit the floor, right?
No, it wouldn't. Not so much. But you would hear me grunt. With the
Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'd be
okay.
like, your ladyship.
You're pretty much like I'm picturing the weight of like someone. So you're 40 years old, you've had a couple of kids, and you've started to
Yeah. And I'd
yeah.
get up with a little bit of sweat on my brow. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm picturing Jonah Hill.
Hey man, That guy's a
Particularly in
legend.
Moneyball when he was like quite chunky.
Oh, that's massive.
I have to look
No,
this up. What
not
are
that
you even
massive.
talking about?
Not that massive.
Actually,
Who's
I
this
haven't checked
person?
Jonah Hill. I haven't
Jonah
checked his
Hill.
JonahHillFat.com.
Come on,
and
man.
I'll
Jonah
hang
Hill,
on.
super bad.
He's a bit skinnier now. I mean,
No,
so,
he went through a real skinny phase. Yeah. Did you guys
Okay,
see Maniac?
no, what's
Is it
the
Maniac?
what's no? So what is the
I did,
film?
yeah.
What is the film where they're undercover
Great-
cops? Is that
Great
Superbad?
show.
No, it's 21
Yeah,
Jump
it-
Street.
21
Oh,
Jump
right.
Street. Okay,
21
yeah. So
Jump
think of
Street,
21
yeah.
Jump Street. The guy who
Yeah.
was a nerd when he was a kid, but then became popular when he went to modern school.
Mm.
Oh god, that's so descriptive.
Okay, I've got
don't
this
think
guy.
that helps.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Okay, no,
Anyhow.
that really helps. Fuck.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Also, I didn't know Chris Pratt was in Moneyball.
he is,
Now we'll learn
yeah.
something here.
Hmm.
Okay, get on point.
Right.
Point.
On point.
So
on
he
point. We're running out
says-
of time.
Yeah,
We are out of time,
Mm.
actually, but
yeah,
carry
it's all
on.
right. We'll
Give
get
it 8
this-
minutes.
We'll
We'll do 30.
do
come
the
on.
scene.
Do the thing.
So, I have made provision for you to stay here for the evening, or even a few evenings if you so desire, and you will, of course, take my invitation for dinner. Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
definitely.
turn around like, yeah.
Have you
Excellent.
have you any fine ales?
Well, I'm not sure that we have fine ales, but we have ales. We have the best that we can.
Ah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? The can't think of it.
Lunch.
Hey,
No, well,
The
yes,
clunge
the
has
clunge.
the clunge has bad ale.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Gimble. Anything is better than the clunge's ale, horse piss. Yeah.
You say that-
Although I don't say that. I don't say horse piss. I say
you say the
anything is
clunges are-
better than the clunge's ale, and
That's-
I
We
Tip the
should
Lord a wink.
we really should try to keep our composure here.
Mm.
Hank isn't one for composure. He has urchin as a background.
Right. All right. So you go about, yeah. Nobody says anything. There's sort of awkward silence ensues for a good sort of 10 seconds after that comment.
I keep winking. Waiting for a response.
So will you be
Hank, come look at this fire. It's really nice.
Yeah.
your companion here, Gimble, mentioned that you would be interested in some work and that you would prefer to work for me than directly than for our dearest Lord Horatio Pyrix.
What would
He-
happen if Pyrix got wind that we were working for you rather than him? Would
Doesn't
there be
matter.
any political fallout for you? Oh, I'm
No more than
interested.
usual, my friend. Nothing I couldn't handle.
I think we'd much prefer to work for you.
Very well.
I agree.
Mm.
I would prefer, however, that you do not have it known that my comrades in arms are frequenting the clunge.
I send a message to Josiah at this point, and I say, "Hey, look, man, there's no reason why we can't also work for that other arse-tard
All right,
as long as we get the same thing going." You don't know about this, Gimble.
No,
This is a
that's
message.
it. While you're messaging this, I'm gonna say, my good lord, I will never go there again.
Mm.
Excellent.
It was nasty.
I'm glad to hear of it. Thusly, I will be prepared to pay you the going rate of 100 gold per head for each ogre that you slay. And of course, you will bring me the heads to this very room when you have them. And if you have any information when you return, if it proves to be good information over the coming months, I will pay you a bonus.
Months.
Mm.
Well, you see, it's possible, for example, that you might discover that there are more ogres and deeper caverns, some such, who knows.
Okay.
If-
All right.
I'd like to. I'd say, my lord Balkinard, if we do solve this and we prove to be of use, are you willing to divulge more to us as well? Are we able to further our assistance in the north through you?
I see no reason why not. It seems you are a capable ranger, and perhaps
I'm glad it seems so.
you may be certainly of use to us. We have some outlying towns and villages and hamlets that are all part of the Belkinard, shall we say,
family
region.
Truce.
I'd like to do an insight check on Belkinard. It seems to me like he's desperate for allies here. I mean, he doesn't know anything about Gimbal.
I mean, no, I think he's fucking great.
Yeah, you do.
I love him. I'm not going to do any
He seems
checks.
very, very willing.
I like how you're sus of a man who likes Gimbal.
Definitely.
That's fair. That's fair. To be fair, the fat guy hated me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all right though. I mean, that fat guy's awful.
All right,
But I would like
your
to do an
insight
insight
check.
check.
Make your
All
insight
right, thank
check.
you.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Insight is 0. Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that. So 16.
16. Okay, so what you gather from that is that it might be that he knows that you come from Vaingate, and that Belkinard is a thrall, essentially, of Vaingate. Right, according to the Protectorate orders, the Protectorate's mandate and makeup, its constitution, so to speak. Belkinard works for Vaingate, essentially. And therefore, you being from Vaingate puts you in a position whereby if you're going to return there, you can pass on good information that makes him look good. And that might be what he's looking for.
Right. Okay. So he's a little bit more likely to pass over on our little character foibles.
Possibly.
Well,
possibly.
Hard to know.
Sir, I don't mean to speak for anyone else, but Gimbal doesn't get on well with many people. So to see him get on well with you, he's very enamored with you.
I touched my badge. I was like, Momo gets it.
And our cleric, I think, would love to help instigate order into this region.
Just as a matter of interest, Lord Belkinard.
Yes.
How well do you know your city?
Well, I was raised and born here, so I should say fairly well.
Your, shall we say, the less savory characters? Do you know them very well?
Are
you aware of their presence?
Of course. There are always going to be, there will always be an underbelly to every city, and I must admit that it is partly Horatio Pyrix's doing that they maintain their presence here. Otherwise, I might have cleared out some of them.
Every city
What
has
is he
her
doing to
plunge.
protect them?
I don't suppose you would give me the name of maybe some of the more colorful characters you have in town?
I could not personally do that, but I could arrange for something to be done.
I just want to know who they might be. No, I don't need a meeting.
I am sure that there could be a list given to you.
Please, I would enjoy a list just so that I know the town and who I'm dealing with when the time comes.
Out of game. If we want to get into another level of Belkinard politics, I'll have to think about that a bit harder between now and the next game.
Now, first things first, we kill those fucking ogres.
Yes.
I am like bloodthirsty against Pyrix. I'm gonna fucking end him no matter what. Depends on how we end him, but he's gonna die. He's gonna go.
All right.
Well, let's just think about that though. All right, we can talk about that.
Yeah, anyway,
so
that's just Gimbal rage.
Out of game, you guys can finish the scene with Lord Belkinard, and you go off to your room where you can have a discussion together in private.
Before we leave Lord Belkinard, though, however, I would like to ask him for three reagents.
Reagents.
Some things that I might need. Yes. I would like to ask him for some charcoal, some incense, and some herbs.
All right. If we're doing
Excellent.
specific tracking, I have 17 arrows at this stage. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've got 18 crossbow bolts.
if we're going that far, we may as well. If we want to monitor this, we may as well do it.
Yeah, I think it's rad.
All right, why don't you do it then? Turn on your encumbrance as well.
How do we do
right,
that?
how do we do
How do
that?
we do that?
You go into your
Now,
character
this is what
builder.
you get. All
First
right.
page,
Just
the
because
first
I
page of your
wanted to
character
put,
builder.
just because I wanted to put material components in my
No,
spells,
boom,
you guys
if
have
you
now
do-
turned on bloody
well,
encumbrance.
Because normally what you would do if you wanted that, you would assume that when you get back into town, you restock your components. Like
Now,
you
look,
go
material
out and you
components-
buy.
Assume anything.
If you pick, if you
Wait, do we
material
need
components,
to-
I picture like the
add
Saturday
flavor to the game.
markets.
Encumbrance does not. Thank you, Gimbal.
No, we're doing this.
So do we need to do components for any spell now that has them?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do
Material
this.
components. That's why I've been saying I need it for a
Yes.
spell.
I don't think the
It
clerics
has
use
added
any components,
flavor
do
for
they?
the
No,
game.
they don't. You're fine.
I think I do have some, don't I?
You do. I think you do have some components.
Yeah, I
Look,
think
we
I
can work with
do.
this. We can work
But the
with
good
this.
news
It's
is,
fine.
Maria, is that when you cast a spell and you go, I use the fur of blah blah blah, and the
dirt.
ash
Now
of blah,
you
blah,
get
blah.
5 pounds of encumbrance back.
Well, also, if you actually describe to me how you cast the spell using those components, I'll give you inspiration.
Okay.
There's benefits.
what do I
If we do this properly, it could be amazing.
These are opportunities.
I like it. But now I need to know what my sword, my secondary sword is.
I think all of my spells are components. All of my
Find that
spells
out.
are V, just verbal. Fucking
Yeah, I
ropes.
think mine.
Yeah, thanks.
What
for
is
that, Gimbal.
S for again?
Somatic, so it's like hand movements.
Sounds. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry. yeah,
right.
yeah. So there's voice.
Small.
V
Verbal,
is verbal.
somatic,
Yeah,
and
vocal,
material.
verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah, verbal,
Now
somatic.
you can
material.
get things called what do they call them?
Focus, like a
Thank
Ritual.
you. Yeah, arcane focuses.
Yeah, your
which can
arcane
take the
focus.
place of materials.
Right.
How I use them in my game is if the spell takes up the material element, it also takes up the focus.
The
So you have to
arcane
kind of think
focus.
about it. Yeah,
Oh.
that's how I do it.
When you've got a material component like a small piece of iron, can that be reused? Or does it get used up every single time you
It
cast a
tells
spell?
you. It tells you
It
in the spell.
depends, yeah.
Does it?
If it gets used up in the spell, then it will tell you this thing is used up in the
Like
spell.
there's, I know
that's-
one player who casts message a lot, and because message requires a small
Yeah,
piece
Hank.
of copper, right?
Yeah.
So what this particular player has like a piece of copper wrapped around his ear, and so he always has to touch the metal copper. So it's
Well,
kind of
actually,
like
I have a.
Ah.
I
So they
have
reuse it.
That's good. That's
like a
good
headset.
stuff.
Actually, I have a. I also have, because I'm a, as one of my ideals. Sorry, or one of my bonds. I have a hang on. I actually have an electrum, a coin. Sorry, no, never mind. Doesn't matter.
Jeez.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, I like it.
I like the added difficulty of having to maintain what we actually have. I do enjoy that. It makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I do enjoy that to some extent. I think encumbrance is taking it a step too far. I
don't want to carry around thousands of pieces of gold.
Like Russell said earlier, as soon as it starts to get raped, that idea, we should look at that.
Yep.
Encumbrance is annoying.
Okay.
And kind of like
We'll see how we go.
super
We'll see
gaming.
how we go.
Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
But in terms of materials for spells, I think that adds an element of fun, because you can't just cast a spell. You then have to go out and find the bits that you need and make sure you've got them.
Especially as a magic sneaky boy.
Right, and it gives you objectives.
Especially as a magic sneaky boy.
It gives your
Exactly.
character actual objectives.
And it gives me something to think about, like going into a blacksmith and going, "Oh, you got any charcoal around?"
Every
No,
time you
no.
see an extinguished fireplace, you're just going, "Oh my god, look at all that charcoal!
Look at all that soot, you know.
Fuck,
Yeah.
so many spells."
It gives your character
Yeah.
goals in every scene.
Right.
which is
Exactly.
cool.
So I like that. I don't like encumbrance. Screw
Now-
encumbrance, Gimbal.
Are we
don't
back
like
in?
it.
Are we back in our room now? Are
You're
we?
in the room. Yeah, you're in the
All
room.
right. All right. Let's do a debrief.
All right.
I just walk in and say, "I like that guy.
I
I
got
like
the-
I respect
Belkinard."
him. Yeah.
I'm happy to work for whoever.
And if we happen to put an end to that fat guy that told me to lick his ass, I'm more than happy to. even if it means I have to kill him and feed him to my badger.
Well,
I would be cautious
Worst
about
case.
doing that.
Worst case.
I'd like to, for sure, because he
Mm.
called me out on my sneakiness and didn't give me the time of the day, and I'm a little bit offended by it, but that's okay.
Mhm.
However, I think that we can probably use him to our advantage as well as our Lord. I think we should definitely make our Lord the priority. But I think that we can still make use of his arcane ability to Josiah's advantage.
Look, I mean, we're
I-
kicking it up in the castle. Our first night here, I think we got it pretty good. I think this is the way to go.
The
yeah, I
fat guy
mean,
wouldn't
doesn't he
even
have
give us the
magic
time of
cluster
day.
for himself?
Look, that
Mhm.
that fat bastard would not even give us the time of day, let
Right.
alone room in
Well, he
his
doesn't
mansion
care.
while
he
we
doesn't care.
rest.
I think
He
we're
doesn't
just
give a
going
shit
in
about
circles,
ogres.
agreeing with
He doesn't give a
ourselves
shit about
here.
anybody.
So,
Yeah. Yep, true.
so
So we all
tomorrow,
agree
Very true.
potentially
wake
we
up at the
would kill
crack of
him,
dawn,
right?
and we're going to hunt some ogres.
Yeah.
But we all
Yeah.
agree that killing that guy's on the table, if it comes to it.
On the table. Yep, for sure.
I'm not
Good.
saying it's
Yep.
not on the
It's
table.
on the table.
I think
It's-
maybe
it's
if
not
we
the
do kill
first-
him, it's
Justified. It
If
has
we-
to be justifiable.
I think it's gonna cause more dismay if we do, because as
A
Lord
treaty.
Balkaran explained, yes, they might
he
send
that
someone
important,
worse
though?
or they might retaliate.
All right. Hear me out.
I think we can definitely reduce his influence without killing him.
Yeah, no, fair. I could say that, like more of the censure idea that I had earlier.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's a worse punishment for
Censure
him because he
idea
gets
that I
to.
had earlier.
Let's not escalate to murder straight from the get-go. Let's
Okay,
I mean,
fine,
that is
fine,
straight
find a
murder,
few
fine,
angles. We'll play a few people. We'll
We're not evil.
live off
so
the fat of the land. Yeah.
it's
well,
not
like I said,
evil if you kill
It is
evil.
We're misfits.
I'm not even sure if he is evil. I think he's just super lazy and
I think he's
like,
just a prick.
yeah, just
Yeah, just
super
a tyrant.
into his
If you're
own thing.
what's
yeah.
what's that thing? If you're
Like sociologist, a sociopath.
no, there's a
Sociologist.
word for it.
Sociologist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
I know,
people.
Word
Sociologist.
salad, man.
about.
Come on.
Infallibility.
Infallible. I'm not the only one with word salad. It seems.
Mm.
So, if you're incompetent, and I mean, essentially, you can't be ignorant of your own incompetence.
Oh,
He's
okay.
He's rise to the status of power where he is
Yep.
the captain of the guard, and he's a fat prick.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, fine.
Mm.
Let's not. I'd say let's not jump to murder.
I won't throw the first stone,
I would say, yeah. No, let's not jump to murder.
Yeah.
but I'm angry.
If we're backed into a corner, we react, but let's
Mhm.
not show our hand too early.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick with me,
we're-
Gimble,
we're
and you'll
already
learn to
wanted
control that
we-
temper.
By
Can-
a foreign power.
Can we agree to a code
Well, you
word or a
guys are.
symbol in which I can let loose?
Yeah.
What is the word? What is the code word here? We need a word.
Okay, here it is. It's Gimble, calm down.
Oh, I love it.
No.
Okay.
No. It's not Gimbal calm down. It's Gimbal is logical.
No,
Or-
how
or
about
Gimbal is
that
sane.
makes sense.
how about I will
Oh,
ask a
Gimbal,
question. If you
that makes
if you say
sense.
yeah,
that's
if you say
better,
Gimbal,
Gimbal.
that
That's
makes
much better.
sense.
Yeah.
I
Much better.
will let
Gimbal, that
loose.
makes sense.
Thank you. Okay, good. I just need that. I just need
Excellent.
that group
Tricky Bob, that was
group agreement
fantastic.
that I
Yeah.
can finally do what I want.
Okay.
So I think that's going forward, actually, not
Mhm.
just in this situation, but
No.
in the future.
Yes.
That is the
If it
code
make-
word
if-
for you
if-
just going on and doing whatever it is you think. That's your agency.
Okay,
Is
so
Gimbal,
okay, so
that
if
makes sense.
yes, if it comes to it and you say Gimbal makes sense, that is free reign for me to do what my heart
no.
and my badger
specifically Gimbal, that makes sense.
says.
because
Yeah, it
we're
has to be
talking
those
to
words.
you.
Gimbal,
To
that
you.
makes
That
sense.
makes sense
to me.
and we're saying that to you.
If you say, well, what Gimbal said makes sense, I won't act. But if you
Yeah,
turn
there we
to
go.
me and say,
that
Gimbal, that makes sense.
Yeah,
You have to say my name, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
5
Mm-mm.
words.
that's the code word to you to let
Oh,
your
4 words.
chaotic
What the fuck am I
powers
talking
fly.
about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Okay,
No,
good.
and it has to be used in a right context.
No, that's it.
can't
4
say,
words.
like-
4 words. If you say Gimbal,
No, no,
that
'cause
makes sense. That's it. That's it.
Well, if
What
I say
could
something
possibly
like,
go wrong?
Hank, don't listen to Gimbal, that makes sense.
That's fine.
No,
if you
no.
direct it to
because
no,
that's not
like that's it.
exactly
If that's
the
it.
same.
If
It's
you go
Exactly.
like if I'm doing something or about to react to something, and you say Gimbal, that makes sense. That's it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Yes.
Yep.
And I'm not
Yes.
waiting for each
But
of
it
you to
can't
say
be-
that. If one of you says that, I'm doing it.
Okay.
However, if
But
I'm
it
not
has
looking
to
at
be
you
a
and
phrase
I
on
say,
its own.
I am now training Momo to react to this as well. So I grab my badger by the head and say, Momo,
Okay.
if you hear Gimbal, that makes sense. We go.
Okay. Now, just before we leave, while we're staying at Lord What's-His-Face's house, I'm going
How
to...
dare you? He is so good to us.
Well,
Belkinard.
this is out of game. I didn't say it.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
But out of game, while he's doing the thing, while we're staying at the place, I'm going to use the charcoal, incense, and herbs that I have received from Lord Belkinard
What kind of
to
incense?
consume them in a frankincense, to consume them in a brass brazier. Brazier.
Brazier.
Not a brass
One of
brazier.
the two.
A brass kitty
Brazier.
holder.
And to summon my next familiar,
Which will be
an owl by the name of Hogsmoor.
Is it not the
Oh.
same? I mean,
Aw.
is it not the same
my
spirit?
Hogsmoor.
I thought it was the same kind
it
of
is
like
the same spirit,
spirit
but they
that you
don't have
summon.
to. They don't always have to appear in the
They
same
don't have to be
shape.
the same. Yeah, they don't have to be.
I
the
think
same shape.
I think Hoggy deserves to be what he wants.
Nope,
Make
not
me a
true.
different bird.
Nope.
So he
Blackbird.
comes and flies down and lands in the window of your room that night.
G'day.
Ooh,
Sorry about before.
ooh, ooh,
Oh.
If you were better, you wouldn't have been killed.
ooh,
That's on you.
ooh.
Just kidding. I'm sorry.
God,
Oh.
I thought I
I'm
was
glad-
a dick to my badger.
I'm glad to have my Hogsmoor back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, and we shall leave it there. And upon
Right.
the morrow, you shall get up and go hunting ogres, I believe.
Yay.
I'm so fucking ready for those ogres.
All right.
I assume we know where to go, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
No,
No, we can discuss that with
Someone.
the Lord in the morning.
I think we've
Right.
established a rich tapestry of intrigue in this town.
You have.
Honestly,
Yes.
I really enjoyed that session. That was
Which
good
is
stuff.
interesting because there was no combat. So
Mm.
was
Well,
grim.
there's been no combat for the last
We've
two
done
sessions.
Yeah.
we have now done 6 hours without combat.
isn't that
Just
amazing?
impressive.
I think that speaks to our maturity as D&D players.
That's right. That's right.
I agree.
Why fight when you
Yeah.
can hug?
See, well done.
I have had a lot of fun this session. Last session, I was sort of like this. Last session made me think. This session, I wanted some combat.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
then-
like, I'm so ready to kill something. But this
But
was
then we got into it in this
Mhm.
session, and it was like, oh no, this is quite good. There's a lot of role playing involved in this
Mm.
one, so it was
and
very
there was
fun.
a lot more lore building. I feel
Character
like I've got
development.
I need an enemy
NPC
and
development.
I need an ally and I need a goal. So
Yeah.
I hate fat fingers. I love Balkanard and I'm ready to kill some ogres. I need my structure. I need
Yeah.
my enemy. So
Right.
And I think we're all on the same page at this point.
Mm.
Good to know.
Yes,
Tricky Bob?
yes. I think aligning us as a band has been somewhat hard, but I think we're there now.
See,
Right,
the funny
that's-
thing is,
that's true. And also having you all
now,
as wanted. Or
And
that-
almost all.
Not me.
I also love that. I love being slightly wanted. Because
Yeah.
I'm slightly
like
on
the-
edge.
You like
yeah,
the attention.
And just you wait, because I am definitely going to at some stage woo my lovely Talandaran.
oh,
Just wait. We're gonna fight her. We're gonna capture her again, and I'm still gonna keep trying. It's gonna be
who's
good.
the Talandaran? I don't remember that one.
That was
You
the
You weren't there. You
Blackgaurd.
weren't there technically, Hank.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
She's the one we released. The black guy we
Uh,
released.
You went wooing
She's
her.
the one that
She-
he wants.
Oh.
She's the one that he
No,
wants.
I got
Ah.
because like
she
yeah.
was trying. She was trying
No.
to subdue you and kill you.
Well, look, the fact that she didn't murder me right off made me very like she. It feels like there were so many chances to kill me, and she didn't. And then we showed up, and we really like
How many turns were we in combat with those
machoed
people?
her henchmen.
Quite a few
We
turns. if
machoed
I
her
recall.
henchmen.
So
Shit out
what?
of
About
all her
5
henchmen.
minutes. About 5 minutes of interaction with this woman, and you're in love. Yeah.
I don't think it was even 5 minutes. I mean, it
To be
was like-
fair, I have explained that Gimbal came from the woods, Okay.
10
He's
rounds
de-
is a minute. You were.
He came from the woods,
Yeah, so
and
like
all of a
2
sudden
minutes
there's a
then.
high elf. So he's very affectionate towards anyone that he thinks is better than him. So all of a sudden there's this really posh high elf that arrests him, ties him up, and throws him in a carriage, and doesn't kill him.
I
Oh.
still remember that
I
session.
see. So it's a bit of Stockholm syndrome, is it?
A
You
little.
got captured, and then the first thing you do is in the bar, put your arms behind your back as if you were actually like tied up. And I was like, this guy.
Yeah,
like
that's a
this
good
guy.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's great actually. Yeah. That's a very good point.
Don't worry,
Right.
she'll
Okay.
come round. She'll come round.
All right, ladies
I
and
don't
gentlemen.
believe she
All
will.
right, team.
I'm going to stop recording. Here we
Yeah.
go. And cut.
Yeah, we can continue this chat, this conversation in the chat.